Hi everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen. Sorry we're a minute late. Oh, actually we're 5. It only seemed to be a minute. So I have the lovely Julie Rogerson in the kitchen. She has been here all day, and if you see this fabulous creation in front of me, then you know what she's been doing. This is her baby changing bag class that she did today, and it is absolutely amazing. I'll get her to talk you through it in a minute. I'll also get you to show you the one that she brought up to us before, to show the ladies what they're going to be making in class. I'm sure loads of ladies who are in class are going to be here watching this, and fabulous efforts by everyone, but I know lots of ladies didn't do it, but they're excited because they've all got new babies coming. It's going to be a baby boom this year, isn't it? So I'm going to let Julie not talk you through how to make the bag, but she's got a nice little demo for you to do. So additional baby cupcakes to go with the baby changing bag. So hi Julie.
Hiya.
Are you knackered?
No, I'm like the Duracell.
Keep going.
Keep going through.
And then we've got Simon on comments, and we always know it's an entertaining night with Simon.
Have I on comments?
Oh, sorry, Simon's on camera. Oh, I forgot. He can't do comments and 2-finger action as well.
Are you on camera? That's on comments.
Yesterday in class,
Yeah.
he said to Karen, can you just press the 0 button? While he came round here with the Karen, and Karen's going, oh, we're down to 1 finger now. So we've got.
You do know it's more than that, don't you?
No, we don't. Anyhow, we're going to be in for a great live tonight. I want Julie to tell you about her class that she's done today, which you can still join. And anybody who joins our classes, even when you join them at a later date, you do feel as though you're in class because of the chatting and the banter and everything else, but you learn everything. And the good thing about the groups that you're in is that the classes in the groups are always still going. There's always chatter in there. Ladies are always sharing things, asking advice and stuff. And obviously each tutor looks after their class as well. And I've also got some new products to show you, and and Julie's going to tell you about her up and coming class, which is very exciting. So it's going to be a great night, so make sure you say hello, give her a big thumbs up and a hello, and I'll get on comments. Come on, Jules.
I'm coming. Hi, yeah, thank you. Yes, I'm with it. I'm totally with it. So today we were working really hard on this baby changing bag. The one that I did earlier on in the year to show people as an example of what we were going to make was actually in lemon and turquoise, but obviously with it being the Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen we had to go for the pink, so we did beautiful pink baby bag. Again, it's one of those classes that you can use it for other ideas as well. It doesn't can't speak. It doesn't just have to be a baby changing bag. You could theme it up. We had loads of different suggestions today in the group. The ladies were amazing today. We had a really good time. So just roughly to go through, we went through cake carving, we did ganaching, we did covering a large cake. I actually covered in one piece, but I also talked through different ways that if you weren't confident in covering a large cake, how you could do it an easier way. So that was really useful. A lot of the ladies were really pleased with that. We did lots of work with Rice Krispie cereal treats. So we learned how to make them, how to mould with them, how to model with them. We used modelling chocolate as a different medium. We learnt about texturing, making fabric effects with your sugar paste. Lots and lots, working with edible images. So as I say, and all through the class we were coming up with different suggestions of things that you could actually do. As Carol said, obviously if you're joining in after the live class, you can still tag me at any time in the group if you've got any questions or you need any help with anything. And I keep an eye on the classes on the group, so I'm happy to just jump in there and offer any advice that you need. So I'm going to pop this one to one side. Bear with me, it is a little bit heavy.
Heavy? Bigger than you, that.
I know you might be able to see me now that I take that out of the way. When I did the class today, I didn't actually have the cake on a turntable, or else you wouldn't have been able to see what I was doing. So as I say, that's the one that we did, that I brought with me as an example, just so you can see the difference. Obviously, the pink one, presumably if you was having a girl or whatever, but this one is a really nice kind of gender neutral, so it would be brilliant for like a gender reveal or a baby shower, that kind of thing. So again, same principles, but just showing you it in a different colourway, just so that you can get an idea of how much it kind of changes the cake and changes the look by the colours and things that you use. And again, you can put different accessories on, it doesn't just have to be identical to that one. And as Carol said as well, let's move that out of the way, I have got a new upcoming class.
Yeah, very exciting.
Oh. They're all bigger than me, these cakes.
They're just saying they can just about see you over your
I know,
cake.
there were a few times today when I did actually have to go on my tiptoes to like get over the cake. So yeah, Karen did suggest that she got the stool out for me that you use when you got I declined. I said I'd probably fall off it. So yeah, with the health and safety, not good on that one. So yeah, I'm coming back on April the 19th. And this is the cake that I'm going to be doing. It's a gravity defying cake. So if you see, look, I can put my hands under, and the cake is actually suspended off the board. So again, it's another one of those cakes where once you learn how to make the internal structure that's holding the cake up in the air, holding it up off the board, you can then apply that to other things. But for this, we're making a dress on a mannequin. So it's kind of that vintage vibe, kind of tea dress style, but again, you could style it up however you wanted. You could change the way the dress looks. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. We've got hand painting, so you're going to learn about carving, internal structure, covering with like a pleated fabric effect. We're going to look at some modelling to make like the torso area. We're going to be hand painting the flowers. We're going to be making a cute bow to go on the back there. So just those little details. And also working with sugar paste and texturing and colouring to make the floorboard effect for the cake board. So again, lots and lots of techniques and things that you can apply to any of your cakes really. There's going to be some really good information in there. So I'm just going to pop that.
Right, just before you go,
before I go,
a couple of questions.
Yes.
Couple of questions. Right, great audience tonight.
Yeah.
Over 300 people.
Oh, lovely.
Lots of ladies who were in the class that thoroughly enjoyed it, said it was absolutely amazing,
Great.
and it really inspired them.
Brilliant.
Beverly Cousins wants to know how many with the cake feed.
The baby bag.
Baby bag.
Yeah, we were thinking about that in the class. I was saying at least 50, the size that I did it. I know some of the ladies in the class downscaled and used a smaller cake, but for the size of cake that I've done, you could be talking 50, 60 portions. It was a big cake, but again, we did talk through how you could scale it down and make it into a smaller cake if it was for like a smaller occasion.
Well, Jackie McMinn says she likes the idea of the bag because she's got a new puppy and she could make them for her new puppy bits and bobs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or you could do the puppy coming out of the bag.
Yes.
That would be amazing as well. Yeah, most
Absolutely.
definitely.
It'd be lovely, that one.
It would, yeah. Yeah, that would be really nice.
Yeah.
A nice one to do.
Yes, so Julie did do a massive cake, but she was thinking of like baby showers and stuff like that, but you can downsize it.
Absolutely.
And the actual transfers we do sell on our website. You can buy them. I think at the moment I've only selected them for class members.
Yes,
I think that's the way it is at the moment, but I think a sneaky few have found them if you're clever enough.
Sneaky.
Just to answer a few questions, I will give you an update on the Ganache kit. Julie and I plan to have a little break. She's going to do half a demo, and then I'm going to come in and talk to you about a couple of things, and then what we agree after that, we'll go forward with. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right then, goody good.
Okay, absolutely. So yeah, so let me move this one out of the way. But again, it's another class that you're going to learn an awful lot of different techniques and things. I've posted some pictures in the class group already of other projects that I've done using the same internal structure as this one. Okay, so I'm going to move this one out of the way somewhere. I'll be back in 1 second.
And thank you. I have put all my cards and flowers up. The reason I put them up in here is if I put them up in my lounge, I'll never see them. So I never go in my lounge. The only day I go in my lounge is on a Saturday. So I thought I'd put them up in here because I spend 5 days a week in here. So it was the best place. And I know Ruby and Jasmine will love them when they see them on Thursday. So thank you to all those of you who sent me a card. That was very nice. You didn't have to. A few of you sent me a gift, which was absolutely amazing. Really very touching. And I did think how you thought of some things. I do think I'm the woman that you can't buy anything for. but all of you have excelled yourself and found something to buy me, which is amazing, to be fair. So anyhow, so let's get back to Julie's demo.
Absolutely.
So these are cupcakes to go with the baby bags.
Yeah, so I thought what we'd do is we would have some cupcakes themed around the baby theme. So again, if you wanted to downscale and do a smaller version of the cake, you could actually do these as little cupcakes for them to take away afterwards. So I've got 6 altogether. I'm going to do these 3 first, and then as I say, I'm going to have a short break while Carol comes and tells you a few things, and then when we come back, I'll show you how to do the other 3 cupcakes that I'm going to show you.
Maureen Bailey cannot believe you're still going.
Luke
She's
is
a good, strong girl. She's a Yorkshire
I'm
lass.
a Yorkshire lass.
They're
What can I
strong
say?
over there.
And not only am I not only am I a Yorkshire lass, I'm a farmer's daughter. So
Yeah. Oh, are you?
I am indeed.
Right.
I grew up on a farm, so throw anything at me.
Yeah, John was brought up on a farm. So
Yeah, we
he's
were
the
chatting
same.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off first of all with this little teddy bear face. Now I've actually got some of the brown modelling chocolate that we used in the class today, so I'm going to, in the interests of not wasting stuff, being a Yorkshire lass, I'm going to use some of that up. So obviously it's going to be a different shade to this, but I'm just going to lighten it a little bit because this one is actually quite dark. But again, if you were doing these to go with the cake, you could obviously use the same colour and then it would all match, wouldn't it? And it would coordinate really nicely. Okay, so I'm going to mix just this brown modelling chocolate and some white sugar paste together. So it's going to be like a mixture of the two, which you'll still get the chocolate flavour, so it'll still be really nice. As I say, it's just going to be a slightly different shade. Could actually, I've got some of the yellow there whilst we're mixing. If I just mix some of this kind of sunflowery yellow colour in as well, that will just change the turn of the brown. So let's give that a good mix through.
These are lovely little cupcakes, these, aren't they?
Yeah, I like making these. I've done a few similar styles to this for like little baby showers and that kind of thing. They always tend to be quite popular. Okay, so I'm not going to put these straight onto cupcakes. I'm going to use the little foam balls. So these are the purple cupcakes, cupcake topper formers. So I just need 3 of those. And I find these really useful because quite often I want to make my cupcake toppers ahead of time. So these are great because I can just store them, let them dry on these, take them off, and then I can keep those ready for when I'm making the cupcakes rather than covering the cupcakes from fresh. So we're just going to roll that out, aiming for a thickness of probably around 3mm. When I'm covering a cupcake, people often say, you know, how thick do you need it to be? And I tend to think, well, how much of the sugar paste do you actually want to eat? If you're a great big fan of sugar paste, do it nice and thick. If you're not so much a fan, then obviously roll it a little bit thinner. So as I say, we're looking about 3mm. Yeah.
But I love it on Christmas cakes when you get marzipan with it as well.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
the full hunk. Marzipan and sugar paste together.
So I'm just using these.
I used to like marzipan.
Did you know?
Oh, I love marzipan.
Yeah.
If you're having a fruit cake, I like the marzipan, I like the royal icing, but I didn't like the fruit cake.
Isn't
So I
that
just
funny?
eat the bits off the edge.
Yeah, I always like that one as a kid.
Yeah. So I'm just using these pastry cutters, that you just get the sets of pastry cutters. For the domed cupcakes, I'm using the second size, so not quite the largest, the second one down. I'm just going to cut out one of those.
So Maria Wilson's asking a good question. So she's saying, when you're doing these, she never knows how much buttercream to pop underneath. Will you be showing how much?
I'm not actually doing them on cupcakes tonight, I'm just doing them as toppers. But what I would do is, you kind of, I don't think that will come off. What I tend to do is I'll flat ice the cupcake first to keep it obviously fresh, and then I put like, with a spoon, I just put a spoonful on, and then with a palette knife, I just kind of scrape it down to the edge. So you want it to be a bit of a dome shape for these, especially if you're icing straight onto it. If it's a topper that I've prepared in advance that has dried, I tend to do it a bit like when you do your buttercream swirls, but I just come in slightly from the edge. I don't start right at the edge of the cake. Just do a small swirl and then pop your topper on the top. I hope that helps. And all I'm doing with this, I've popped the disc in the middle and I'm just stroking it with my hand, just nice and gently. just to take the shape of the cutter, of the former rather, not the cutter. If you were wanting to use quite a bit of buttercream, under these ones here, that you can see are not terribly domed, they're quite a shallow dome. If you wanted to have more buttercream underneath, then I would use the bigger size of the pastry cutters, because then obviously it will give you more of a dome shape to your topper and you'll be able to fit more buttercream underneath. I'm tight, I'm Yorkshire. I do small ones. Oh dear.
And how would you store your cardboard? How would you? It's because somebody's give the answer. How would you store your cupcake toppers?
In cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
Is that right answer?
Tick. Somebody's asked the question and Breed has answered it. So I started asking the question.
It answered. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, absolutely. I would do exactly the same. What I tend to do, so if I was doing like a large order of these, or even just doing half a dozen, I would tend to make the cupcake toppers, let them dry overnight or for a couple of days, and then using the cupcake box, so for instance this cupcake box that I'm using here, I would just make the cupcake box up, lay the toppers out where they're going to be, put the lid on and then leave them out of the way until I'm ready for them. So then if you need lots you can stack them up in the boxes. So for his little muzzle area, I'm just adding some more white paste to the brown just to make it a different colour. So that's quite straightforward. So we'll just mix that through. And as I say, it's going to look a bit different because it is a different shade, but that's what we started with. So I'm just going to take off a small ball, roll it around in your hands. I'm going to roll it slightly into kind of a fat overly shape. Like a big fat tic-tac, tic-tac. Tic-tac, yeah.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like tic-tac, isn't it?
Yeah. So Jackie Sizer says she always turns the topper upside down and fill it with buttercream.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that's
yeah.
one way.
Yeah,
I'm like you, I flat top, but then I do, not a rose swirl, what's the ice cream cone?
Yeah, that's what I meant, the swirl, yeah.
I do that to a certain height and then push the top
yeah,
down.
and then the topper, as you push that down onto the swirl, it kind of fills the inside of it, doesn't it? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So you should end up with kind of a slightly flattened down oval shape. And before we put his muzzle on, I'm going to just do a line of stitching. It's optional, you don't need to do that, but I think it does look quite cute. So I've got the PME stitching tool here, and just on the end it's got like a little wheel that just gives you a stitching effect. So with my cupcake topper, I'm going to do a stitched line from one end down. I'm not going all the way across, okay, because obviously your muzzle's going to go here, but you can go a little way down, and then as I say, we'll just cover it over with the muzzle area. Then
so
that just goes
Louisa
on.
Paris says, do you have to put buttercream under the topper or could you leave it hollow?
For me personally, I would prefer it with buttercream under because it gives you the stability and the taste. I think it gives you a little bit of extra
to it. I think if you're using Saraceno like you are, Saraceno firms up quite well.
Yeah.
So I think that wouldn't be too bad to leave.
Yeah,
You'd
I mean
have
this.
to have some buttercream, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think.
Don't think you could leave it.
No, I think you would.
Go dry, wouldn't it? Okay.
Yeah, you would have to like almost crumb coat your cupcake first. So just put a smear of buttercream over to seal the crumb in so it doesn't dry out, and then you could pop it over the top. But I like buttercream.
Yeah, I think you'd be a bit disappointed, wouldn't you, if you had a big domed cake and it was empty.
Tell you what you could do. You could fill it with something like Nutella. You know, like some chocolate spread or something like that. That would be quite nice.
Yeah, you don't have to fill it with buttercream.
No, you could fill it with another filling.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But having said that, Saraceno modelling paste is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Okay, so what we're going to do now, so it might be better with the overhead for this bit. Okay, is we're going to pop that one next to it. Look, there we go.
They're all coming in now. You could fill with marshmallows or sweeties.
Ooh, oh, I wonder if you could fill it with that like fluff stuff that you make with your Swiss meringue. You're whipping it up.
It'd run out.
Would it?
It'd run out.
What?
The fluff.
Oh, the fluff would run out.
Yeah, I've not made the fluff.
Sorry,
so,
I didn't hear.
yeah. So we're going to make this little mark down here, and then the two kind of like the little mouth smiley bit. So we're going to start off just with the. I'm actually using the opposite end on the stitching tool, so it's a little bit like your pointy end of the Dresden, and I'm just going to mark a straight line like so. And then I've got this smiley tool. So these, I think you have these packs of modelling tools on your website, don't you? These packs, yeah, and they have like a little smile tool. It looks a little bit like your pick and mix scoops, like you used to have in the old sweet shops. And we're just going to do a little smile at each side of that line. And I'm just going to make that line a little bit more pronounced to match the smile, like that. And then I have some black paste. So this black is just sugar paste. It's only in the Sorrentino tub because that's what I was storing it in. So this is just regular black sugar paste. I'm going to, with my ball tool, or you could use the end of a paintbrush, I'm just going to make 2 little indents for the eyes. So one at each side, so one there and one there. And then I'm just going to indent a little bit on top of the nose, or where the nose is going to go. And then with the black paste, we're just going to roll 2 tiny balls of black paste for the eyes. So one for each one. But by doing the indent with the ball tool, it means that kind of the eyes don't protrude quite so much and look quite as scary. So you can just flatten them in, look, into the little indents that you made. And then for the nose, we're going to make kind of more of an ovally shape. So again, we're rolling it into a ball and then into like an oval, and just flatten it down a little bit with your finger there. And that's just going to sit on top of the muzzle. If you're finding that your paste isn't sticking, you can just use a little bit of water just to help them stick. But these pastes, because I'm using them, they're quite fresh, they've just been kneaded, so they are actually sticking together quite nicely by themselves. And then we just need to make the ears. So again, just a little ball of the brown colour. I'm going to roll that into a ball. I'm going to flatten it down slightly with my finger. And then with a bigger ball tool, just turn that over because there's black there. So let me get another piece because it's going to wipe my hands. That's the trouble with black sugar paste, it gets everywhere. Even when you can't see it on the board, it's there.
Yeah.
And on your hands. So just be careful when you're changing colours, especially if you've used black. Just make sure that it's nowhere to be seen. Right, let's start again. So, small ball of the brown paste. We're going to make both of the ears together. So we're going to roll it into one ball and then we're going to cut it in half. Okay, so we'll just flatten that down a little bit. With a bit bigger ball tool, we're just going to make an indent. Now if you wanted, you could fill that indent with some pink paste, if you just wanted to give it a little bit of extra character, or you could fill it with, let's pop some, I didn't on the other one, but let's pop a little bit of the paler coloured paste in there. So we'll roll a small ball and just pop that in, and just use your ball tool just to smooth it around. Now these are quite large ears. So let's just, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to spin it around a bit with my fingers just to make that a little bit smaller again, because I did get a bit carried away. And I'm just going to grab my cutting board and we're just going to cut that in half with my knife.
I say how easy you make it look.
These are simple.
Nice audience. We're $3.75 at the moment.
Lovely. These are great for making if you've got children, if you've got your grandkids, especially as we start opening up a little bit in the UK, hopefully. These will be a really nice thing to make. So I am going to pop just a little bit of water on this one, just because I need it to hold the ears in place. So I'm just going to brush a small amount of water just on the cut edge, like so. If you've got a bit carried away and put too much on, just wipe it off a bit with your finger.
Do you know what? I do that all the time.
Yeah, because otherwise it slips and slides off.
Yeah.
So just wipe it off with your finger.
Good.
And then
no problem now. Too much water.
Too much water. Now these are really quite big ears. I had this problem earlier as well with my teddy bear. The ears were really big, so I had to redo them. But I think this one looks quite cute with the big ears. And there he is with the small ears as well. So I think he's quite sweet. So that's the first cupcake topper done for our little teddy bear. I'm going to pop them to one side to dry. And then let's get started on the next one. So the next ones we're going to do are these two baby ones. There we go, some little baby faces. So they're slightly different, but we're going to work on them both at the same time because there are similarities with each one. So rather than doing one and then repeating the same steps again, it's just as easy to work on these together. So we have got some flesh coloured sugar paste. Let me get rid of those little bits. So this is just white sugar paste that I've coloured up, just with some skin tone colouring. I think it was sugar flour, I'm not sure. And we're just going to roll it out. So it's exactly the same process that we did for the bear. And we're just going to roll that out. And again, for the thickness, we're just going for, I normally say about 3mm for cupcakes, but like I said, if you're a big fan of sugar paste, by all means keep it a little bit thicker. I just find, especially on this one, it's not so bad with the bear, but because we're adding the hats and things onto this one, you can end up with quite a lot of sugar paste if you're not careful. Okay. So again, if you're not working with one of these amazing pink boards, why not? But if you're not, just use a little bit of corn flour or some icing sugar on your surface. So I'm going to cut two of these out. As I say, it makes it easier to work on the pair together.
They're just asking where Baby Bear is. I've just realised, I thought, you got Mummy Bear, Daddy Bear, where's Baby Bear? That's what I'm about. Never happy, you know, Julie. Always want more.
I know, whatever I do. I've been working since, well, I say I've been on air since 10 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. You've been up since 9. You've been in the kitchen since 9.
Yeah, 8:30.
Did you start at 8:30?
I did, yeah. I came down and started setting up. Hard at work. So exactly the same way with these domed cupcakes. Pop it on and then just stroke it with your hand, just to smooth the paste down. So the warmth from your hand helps to keep that nice and smooth, and you can just go over with your palm there and just smooth that round. And like I say, if you wanted, you don't necessarily have to do them on here. You could do them, just pop a dome of buttercream and put them straight onto your cupcakes. But it's the same process. It's just that you would be doing it directly onto buttercream rather than these foam toppers. Okay, so we're going to look at using the hats. Now I've got a couple of Karen Davies moulds here. There we go. So we have I think this is the chunky rib.
Yeah.
Chunky rib.
Yeah.
And the crochet. I know that's the crochet one because it looks really different. So yeah, so I'm going for chunky rib and the crochet one to do the hats today. I have got some various colours. So we'll stick with the pink and the blue because then it matches the two bags that I've done. So a ball of pink and a ball of the blue. That one's got some dark blue attached to it. You can tell these are the little bits that were at the bottom of my my cupboard of sugar paste when I was packing the car. So let's just knead this nice and soft. Oh, this must have been in the bottom of the box, this one. Dried up a bit. There we go. So again, this will just have been white sugar paste coloured with one of the blue gel colours. So either the Colour Splash or the Pro Gels, any of those kind of colours, whichever you have. There we go. So the rolling pin. So I'm going to start it off with my rolling pin and then I'm going to pop it into the mould. So I've got my corn flour pouch. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of corn flour just into the mould, just to make sure that none of my paste sticks. I know the Karen Davies sugar paste is really good. You don't always have to use corn flour with that.
No, you don't.
But I'm going to with this one because just to be on the safe side. So I'm just going to press that down and then just give it a quick roll over with my rolling pin. And then that gives you your nice ribbed effect.
I love that. I love that. Is that the ribbed one?
That's the ribbed one, yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I can't choose. I love them all. I've got this one and the other one. They like the chunky, not the chunky knit. There's another one that's got like chunky ribbed bits. I don't know. It's nice anyway, whichever one it is. I can't remember what it's called.
Chunky knit? Or is it the chunky cable?
Chunky cable.
Yeah,
it's got the
cable.
like the thick bits.
Like
Yeah,
the Aran.
Yeah.
The Aran
Yes.
like effect, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's
I
the
love that one. The thing is with Karen Davies moulds, they're all amazing, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they
They're
are.
all amazing.
definitely. So I'm just going to keep that piece to one side, just in case I might use that for doing the little band across the top. So I'm going to grab my cutting mat again.
Isn't she good, Julie? Remember, no cutting on the board.
I'm doing really. I did really well
I
today.
should have just got your little pink cutting board out.
Oh well, never mind. That's okay. I did bring a pink one with me, look.
Yeah, no, you did. I'm impressed.
Yeah, see? Knife. So all I'm going to do, so I've done it in the mould. I've cut it out with the same sized cutter because obviously we want it to fit around so it looks as if it's kind of the same size as the head. So I'm just going to cut that in half, like so, and then I'm going to get one of my heads or my faces, a little bit of water at the top, and then we're just going to stick this hat in place. So again, you can see there, look, I'm just stretching it a little bit with my hand just to make sure that it reaches right to the edge. And then just with my thumb there, look, I'm just stroking it over the edge, just so it covers that flesh part. Wipe out your fingerprint that you've just put in. Okay, and then what I'm actually going to do, you could, oh, there is enough space there. I'm just going to cut a strip from this excess here, look. And that's just going to make the little bit of the hat that goes over, kind of like the turn-up bit that gets in your eyes. A little bit of water over the edge, and then we're going to pop that in place. And then just, you can either trim off your excess with a knife, or you can just use a little pair of scissors and just snip that at the edges.
So just asking, did you put any Tylo into your sugar paste?
No, I haven't in this one actually. No, you could if you wanted to. If you were wanting it to dry quite firm, you could. But no, this is just regular sugar paste. I think this one's Renshaw Extra.
Yeah.
Or the sugar paste.
Yeah.
It's one of those two, and they already have Tylo added in. So, or which is one of the gum paste things. So yeah, I tend not to. If you're using a softer paste, then yes, you might need to have some Tylo powder in, but these are absolutely fine. Actually, I'll keep a bit of that out to make the bobble. So for the bobble, we're just going to use a small piece of the blue paste again, and we're going to roll it around into a ball. A little bit of water just on the top of the hat there. Stick the bobble in place, and then to texture it, you can either use that sharp pointy end on the stitching tool and just kind of drag the paste with that pointy tool, like so. Or if you've got a pair of small scissors, I think these are the PME type scissors, you can snip into the ball like that, just to give it a bit of a fluffy appearance. So it's entirely up to you. Or you could just leave it, you don't even have to put the bobble on if you don't want to. Just make sure you don't put too much water on so that it slips and slides off. There we go. And you can, if you want to, you can trim it while you're holding it rather than sticking it on first. I just find sometimes if I'm holding it with my fingers, by the time I've cut one edge, I've flattened it when I've got to the other side. So just keep snipping round.
They're all saying they love this. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for watching. What day is it? It's Monday, isn't it still? Yeah. Yes, it's Monday.
Oh.
There we go. So you've got there, look, the little snipped bobble for the bobble hat. Okay, so next thing to work on is the actual face. So we're going to do some eyes and obviously the nose, and this one's going to have a little dummy. So I have got my ball tool. So I'm going to use a slightly larger ball tool. You might want the overhead one for this one, if that's okay. Thank you. And we're going to pop in. So the same way we did for the bear, but this time we're going to make them a little bit more ovally, a bit larger.
They weren't all on the bear class.
No, the bear, this teddy.
Oh, that one, sorry.
That one, yeah. Because we just did, no, not that one, no. No, we just did a small circle for that one, didn't we? So this one's going to be a little bit of a bigger indent for those eyes. We're going to fill it first with white. So again, a small amount of your white sugar paste into a circle and then roll it into that tic-tac type shape. Pop it into your little indent and then just flatten that in with your finger. So the reason that I indent it first rather than just sticking the white paste on top is it helps to make it look more natural because it's sitting into the face rather than kind of building up layers and layers of sugar paste on top and it looks like the eyes are kind of bulging. Yeah. Like great big poppy out googly eyes.
Good tip.
Okay. And then let's just do another smaller indent, and this is where the little black pupils are going to be, which are where's my black? And again, I did say we were working on both of these together and I've just carried on and I did, sorry. Well, we started.
Yeah, you got them side by side.
Yeah, started. Okay, so we'll just add this black in for the pupils. Ooh. Oh gosh, keep rolling away from me. There we go. I'm just going to add a little bit extra into that one because that one was a bit too small. There we go. So there's the eyes. And we're also going to add a little bit of a white highlight to that. I'm just going to give my hands a little bit of a wash there, just to get rid of that black paste again. Which is why I was going to do the two together, so I wasn't constantly washing my hands in between each one. But anyway, you'll get to see me do it twice.
Wash my hands all the time.
So again, with the white paste, I'm just using the tiniest little amount, look, and then I'm actually going to half that. So you want a tiny, tiny little ball, and that's just going to go onto the black, just as like a little highlight for the eyes. And then I am going to give him a little nose. So we don't need to indent for the nose. We're just going to roll a tiny little ball of that flesh coloured paste into a little ball and again into that little tic-tac type shape for his nose, and that can just stick on. Again, when the paste is quite soft like this and quite fresh, you don't always necessarily need to use anything to stick it on with. I'm just going to clean that. This one is going to, we'll do some eyelids and also some ears, and then this one's going to have a little dummy. So we'll start off, and I have got with me in here, or I should have, there it is, a really, really small circle cutter, just for doing those eyelids. And what I'm going to do is just roll out a small amount of the flesh coloured paste. I'm going to cut myself a circle, and then I'm going to cut that in half, and that's going to make the two eyelids to go over the white eyes. So one at one side and then one at the other side. I think I've done these eyes a little bit bigger than the other ones, but you get the idea. And I'm just using the wider end of this Dresden tool, so there's my narrow one.
Looks really, looks lovely.
Aww.
When you move your hands in a sec.
Yeah, that still looks cute.
Yeah.
I like to put them on a little bit of an angle, so don't put them straight across. You see I've kind of put them to one side a little bit. Just adds to that cute appeal. So just blending the edge down slightly with your Dresden tool so they don't stick up too much. And then for the ears, we're going to do them the same as we did for the teddy bear's cupcake ears, but we'll make them a bit smaller. We don't want to end up with like huge ears on our baby, do we? So again, a little ball, just flatten it, ball tool to make the indent for the ears, and then cut it in half, And hopefully this paste is really quite sticky, so it should just stick on quite nicely. There we go. And then for the dummy, I'm going to use some of the blue paste again. And I'm going to take a little pinch off. So this bit we're going to roll into a ball and then into like a sausage shape. We're going to flatten it. And then just in the centre there, we're just going to, it's probably easier with a ball tool, just going to indent at each side there, look, and it just gives you that kind of dummy shape where it's wider at each edge and it goes in a little bit at the middle, like that. That's going to go, I've got a tiny bit of water on that just to make sure, because it is a little bit of a larger piece of paste. That's going to go on under the nose. And then with the other piece of paste, into a ball, I'm going to flatten it off, cut it in half, and this is just going to make like the little, kind of a little handle for the dummy. There we go. I am going to dust his cheeks, but I'll quickly do the little girl first, and then we'll just both of the cheeks together while we've got the dust out. So, really quickly, I don't need to explain very much what I'm doing this time because you've seen me do it once already.
Well, they're all absolutely loving this. Absolutely
fabulous. Well, this one's going to use the crochet mould for this hat, just so that you can see the different effects you can get with the different knitted moulds that you can use. I just like a little bit of texture, it looks nice. So a small amount of corn flour, I'm just going to pop that in, give it a good press down. That, a little bit of a roll. Whoops, see, it's just coming straight out already. Didn't even have to lift it out.
No.
So again, we're using that same sized cookie cutter or pastry cutter. And then we're going to cut that in half. I might do it that way. And I'm just going to cut a strip from the leftover to make our little brim. Oops, there we go. I'll save a bit of that for the bottle. So let's get a little girl back in. So again, small amount of water just over the top. And then we can stick the hat on. Remember just to use your thumb or your finger just to stretch it out to those edges. And then a little bit more water and then we can stick the brim. If you wanted, you could use edible glue. You don't necessarily have to use water. And then because this one actually doesn't need trimming very much, I'm just going to tuck it over the edge there. Somehow managed to cut that out to the right size, more or less. So there we go. Quickly put our eyes in. And then obviously we're going to make the bobble.
So the pastry cutters come in a set of what? How many do they come in a set then, Julie?
There's 4 in this set.
And which size are you using?
So I'm using the second size down. So as I've got my set of 4, oops, like that. Sorry.
So Julie's is a 4 set.
Yeah, is yours a 5?
I think ours is a 6 set.
Oh, is it a 6 set?
Yeah, I think it is.
When Carol goes for a break, I've got a ruler. I'll measure it so that you know what size it is. Okay.
We sell the cake style ones, but I'm sure ours is definitely a 6 set.
Is it? This is a real old set though.
But I'll get it out. I'll get Julie to compare.
Yeah, no problem. So again, we're just sticking that bobble on, and then either using the sharper end of your tool or using a pair of scissors, you can just texture that bobble. Like so. So as I say, depending on what look you like for yours as to what tool you use. But just so you know that there's different options, you don't necessarily have to use the same tool as me. There we go. So eyes. We've done our indents. I say you can pop a little bit of water in if you like. I noticed the other eyes were lifting up slightly at the edge, so let's just pop a bit of water in there. And we'll maybe make these ones a bit smaller. So you can have more dainty eyes, that's a bit too big. So just keep adjusting until you're happy with the size of the eye. That's better. And then just flat it in with your finger.
Yeah, Geraldine's confirmed ours is a 6 set.
Oh, lovely. Or as I say, if either get yours out, Carol, or I'll measure it with my ruler so that you've got the measurement of what it is. And then just indent there for the pupils. Before I put them in, I'm actually going to do the nose and the ears, just so that I'm not constantly washing my hands backwards and forwards, and I'll do the black bit last. So let's pop a nice little delicate nose, nice little girly nose. So a little ball of the flesh coloured paste, and again into that kind of tic-tac type shape, and that's just going to sit in there. And then for this one, instead of a dummy, I'm going to give her a mouth. So I'm actually using one of the larger piping tip nozzles. I think this is a 2D or a 1M. It's one of those nozzles, and I'm just going to use the wide end. I'm going to start at one end and I'm going to rock it around just to indent that nice big smile. Because I quite often find, I don't know, but it's maybe just me, but if I try and do that with the Dresden tool, it ends up all crooked and kind of a bit straight, and I can't do it on a very nice curve. Whereas if you just use the end of your piping tip, it naturally curves around. And then with the ball tool, we'll just give her some little dimples at the end.
Michelle Ward says she gets asked to do lots of gender reveal cakes, so she would love to do these in neutral colours.
Yeah.
And then just dye the sponge.
Yeah, absolutely. Or the buttercream
nice,
underneath. That would be really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. They would look really cute. And like I say, you don't have to do an assortment. You could do a box of all the same design. It doesn't have to be kind of one of each.
You're very quiet you tonight, Simon. What's wrong with you?
He's mesmerised by the skill.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
That's what it is, isn't it?
I'll start talking then. Hello to Jill and Patricia.
Oh, now we're getting out. Right,
Yeah.
oh, okay then.
There
Was
we
you
are.
saving yourself for them, Simon? Hi, Jill and Patricia.
There we go. Sometimes you need a bit of water on these, sometimes you don't. So just see how it goes. I'm now going to put the black in for the eyes. So again, a couple of little balls of the black sugar paste. Pop that in. Same with that one. Oops. Sugar paste is falling apart. It's drying out a bit because I left the lid off. It's my own fault. There we go. And then again, just that little white highlight. I'm just going to use some of that black paste has just come off. So I'm just using my damp brush. There we go, just to get rid of that. And then what am I doing? White for the eyes, and then also we're going to do the little eyelids. And then we'll dust the cheeks, and then that will be the first 3 done, and then Carol can come and tell you her exciting news.
I need to remember everything I've got to say.
Well, you've got probably about a minute to think.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'll try not to go too quickly. Give you a few extra seconds. Okay, so we're just rolling out a little piece of the flesh tone and using, this is a 12mm little circle cutter there. Cut that in half. And then again, that's just going to go over the eyes. Oh, and I've got to dust the cheeks yet as well, so.
Oh, you're getting a few hellos on here, Simon.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, see.
Who
You
said
were
hello?
well, Elaine also was the first one to say
Oh,
hello.
hello.
So
Hello,
you were
Elaine.
so quiet they didn't know you were here.
Yeah.
He's
Did
here.
you not tell I was here by the sweet camera skills?
Well, it's sweet cameras. I thought it was because you were being quiet because you didn't want me to talk to you because you still haven't freaking done your beard, have you?
Oh,
Hey?
no.
See, he's been in
You're
my
right.
good books for a week.
I told you I was waiting for the
Got
headline
to
to
10
arrive.
days. Now we're on day 14. He's back to that.
I'm going to have to go
Stage
plummet
again.
I'm going to have to go plummet if I do it tomorrow morning.
You have to go plumbing.
Okay.
That's lovely, Julie.
Right, so we're just going to quickly dust the cheeks, and then Carol can come and do her bit. Oops, oh, I'll pick that up in a second. Sorry, Carol. Right, so we've got our two little baby faces. I'm using the Fractal Kitty Nose Pink dust, which is really cute.
Yeah.
And I need a nice soft dry brush. I'm just going to dip it in, and I'm just going to wipe off the excess onto my kitchen towel here. Otherwise you're going to end up with really, really bright red cheeks or bright pink cheeks. So just dust off the excess. You can, if you like, add a little bit of corn flour in with it. And we're just really lightly going to build up some colour on the cheeks. So we want them to just look a little bit rosy, not like they've been out in the Arctic. So again, just picking up a little bit of the dust off the kitchen towel, dusting it back off, and then adding a little tiny bit. Best off to start really, really light and build the colour up rather than go in with a great big splodge. There we go. And there we have. Put the lid on that because I'm a little bit clumsy and I would likely to spill it all over the place. There we go. So, you get rid of all my bits.
Aren't they cute, everyone? Well, I think we're going to have a baby boom this year, aren't we?
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
we've got all the new babies coming, loads of them. We've had to keep everybody occupied. So we've got one due in 2 weeks. What's going to say? Yeah, Ryan's having well, not Ryan, Rosanna's having a baby in 2 weeks. So they're all saying how fabulous they are because they're all looking forward to the new babies coming. So
Absolutely
great
brilliant.
idea. And I love the gender reveal idea as well.
Yeah,
So
that's a
aren't they
lovely
smashing?
idea. That is
Aren't they
brilliant.
lovely, everyone? And I love the teddy bear ones. They're
The
just
teddy
so
bears are
the
cute, aren't
teddies,
they? You can use those for
Yeah.
any occasion, can't you,
Yeah.
really?
Absolutely.
Do that.
And you can use them as they get older as well, the teddies.
Yeah,
aren't they?
definitely. Yeah, birthdays, christenings, all occasions.
Yeah. Great.
Right, let me move those out of your way, Carol, and then you can come and...
All right. Can I put your comments on my phone then?
Yeah, sure.
So all you have to do just now and again, just touch the screen so it doesn't go off. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. Okay. Oh, sorry ladies, back's broken. Right, couple of things, okay, if I can just try and remember. But first of all, I just want to show, Julie's Cakes is amazing, okay, and if you haven't done this class, listen to the ladies. I always say this, there's no point in me trying to tell you to buy the classes, but all these tutors are amazing, and the fantastic value you get per class. I don't think anyone's complained about value, what you get in a class. So the baby class is brilliant, definitely think of that. We'll show you the pink, we'll finish showing you the pink one again, for those who missed it. The gravity dress that Julie's going to do. What date is that, Julie, that you're doing that?
That is the 19th of April.
19th of April.
Can I just say, Barbara was asking, she missed the beginning and asked if they were saved. You can go back and watch after the live.
Oh yeah, this live you mean, was it saved?
I think that's
If
what
you mean,
lives are saved.
yeah, all the lives are. All our lives are actually on our Facebook page. If you go to photos or videos, they're all there anyhow. But main thing is, the easiest way is go to our YouTube channel, which is Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles, YouTube, and then subscribe to that. You've only got to put your email address in. It's free. Put your email address in, ping the notification button. It'll let you know when we're going live. So I'd certainly do that as well. But I just want to show you this horse cake. I want to talk to you about the Ganache kit because I know you've asked about that. I want to talk to you about the cupcake bouquet boxes and just some other classes that are coming up where I've got an opportunity, because I can't do any lives this week because we are packed out with all sorts of work. So, and Karen can't do anything this week either because of classes and stuff. So first of all, I do want to say a big thank you to Carol Hayward. Now, do you remember Carol Hayward made me some little finger puppets at Christmas to share out with Simon and Karen and everybody? Well, she sent these in for Jasmine, Ruby and Harrison for our final party on Thursday. So on Thursday, I'm hoping Harrison's going to come. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet, but Jasmine and Ruby will be here. So she's knitted these, aren't they cute? And she put a little... egg in. So that's I thought she gave me them in a little she sent them in the little box. I thought, oh cracky, she sent me 6 cream eggs. not for these. But Ruby and Jasmine are going to be highly delighted. So thank you so much. You are so good. And I just think they're so cute, aren't they? But they love the ones that they took home.
Oh, Carol said she's really glad that you've got them, and there's lots and lots of love, lots of hearts coming in for those.
Aren't they beautiful? Carol Haywood, she's on. If you want a message her, she'll tell you how much they are. But I do want to show you this horse. Now this here, okay, and Julie's going to do something similar. This is a start for sculpturing. Not sculpturing, what do you call it? Structure. Yeah. So Hannah, the cake illusionist, was in yesterday. Now I was supposed to do the class, but my back is broken and there was just no way I could sit there and do that all day. But I have to say, I watched the morning and it was amazing how it all come together. This class is still available, like all the past classes, like Julie's last class as well that she did. All the classes, you can always buy them. So even if you didn't join them in on the day, and I had some lovely feedbacks of two ladies last week, and they said, Carol, I've not had a chance to do the classes, but I've done them this week. And it was just like being with you on the day. And that's how it is, because we chat and we talk and we ask questions. And it was just like, you know, they're just great. They're not just listening to the presenter. It's actually, you feel as though you're there and you're doing it with everybody.
Yeah, it's really interactive. There's lots and lots of love for the horse.
Yeah. And what I wanted to say to you, if you're going to do Julie's gravity dress there, don't be frightened. Seriously, don't be frightened. We all get frightened about stuff and we think, oh, I'm not doing that. But it's just a piece of board with a
structure.
With one pole going up through the middle, and that's all this is as well. So all the ladies, I've seen quite a lot of you have commented on here already tonight. Tell them how great this class was, and they've been showing them off to you. And I mean, everybody's got different sort of like looks on their horses, but they all look fabulous. So definitely think about that. It's definitely one that you should do. So and Hannah yesterday, look, she was swinging it, so I'll swing it as well. Throw it around for you.
Careful with your back.
Yeah, oh, I know. I carried, I'll tell you what, I did break my back. You know your fairy cake? The fairy cake you did. I carried that into work the other day and they lifted it out the car.
One fairy cake?
No, that tree's one you did. I carried that into work and I carried that the other day and my spine just went, ooh, and I was like that in the way I was going, Karen, get it off me, get it off me. So, but this.
And she is swinging that.
I know. So, just to let you know where these are being donated to. So the bronze horse cake tomorrow is going to Seashell Trust. They're going to collect that tomorrow, so they're really looking forward to that. And the pink one is going to the midwives. So Lynn Toft is coming in the morning to pick up the baby changing bag, and that's going to the midwives. So I think they'll love that, the midwives, won't they?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Geraldine was asking if we can have another look, so yes, I will bring that across.
You'll have to carry that one, crikey.
So
lots of you I've seen you've been asking. So before I get to that one, the cupcake bouquet boxes, so we sold out. I've ordered some more stock. They're actually arriving tomorrow, and I meant to update the website before we went live, but I bought all what was left, and the only colours that was left was lime green, I think blue, and definitely rose gold, but they only had 50 rose gold, and basically I bought what they've had left. So I think I've still got red in stock. So those of you who are asking for the boxes, if you just wait till after the live, as soon as the live's finished, I'll go and put them in stock, plus all the bows. And anyhow, so I'll do that. And then I know what you're all excited about, but John won't let me put them in stock yet. So there's a right old hoo-ha about these two products, and I just want to tell you about this product. So these are some ladies from Ireland, and there's Bridget. I don't know how you say her name. Is it Bridget?
I don't know.
Or Bridget? So, but basically, I think it's about 10 days ago now, I got a message on Messenger asking me, would I stock this product? Now, I've never heard of these girls, no idea who they are. And I got a message on Messenger saying, would I stock this product? And they sent me a little video, and I went, yeah. And I went, yeah, why not? You know, I'm happy to give it. I'm happy to give any new product a go. So if people have got new products out, absolutely happy to give it a go. So I've ordered the product. It's actually made, it's actually manufactured, and it's actually on its way to us. It was dispatched on Friday. We paid the customs on Saturday. John wouldn't let me put it into stock last night in case it didn't arrive today because it's coming with DPD. So we're hoping they're going to arrive tomorrow. Now, if they're going to arrive tomorrow, I'm happy to put them in stock after the live, okay, because you'll see they're all on the website and they all say out of stock. And a few people have said, oh, have you sold out already? It's not. I've just got them there waiting. So I'm happy to put them in stock on the basis that if you order on a next day delivery, it doesn't go. So what I'm going to do is going to put some little notes at the side to say read info, and that means you'll have to wait till they arrive, but they will arrive this week. All right, so we're just waiting. DPD are very good anyhow. So this lady brought out a chocolate biscuit liner. Okay, so the chocolate biscuit liner, she's had this since 2018. This is just a sample, all right, but the reason I want to talk to you about it is this is the actual liner. And chocolate biscuit cake is a cake that's actually made in Ireland, and you don't bake it. It's basically biscuits, chocolate, butter. You can add digestives, rich tea, Maltesers, and then you put it all together. A crunchy bar you can add to it, ginger nuts. It's absolutely amazing. And then this liner, she has put it together, and then you put it inside your tin. Let me get a 6-inch tin a minute.
Yeah, I think there's lots of love for you putting them in stock so that they can order them.
Yeah, so the liner you put in here, and then you put your chocolate mix in, and you push it all down, okay, and then sets, and then when you get it out, you just slice it up. Now I've got to be honest, she sent me 2 massive big chunky slices, and they've tasted absolutely amazing. She's given me the recipe, and I'm going to put that on the website. Now I haven't ordered this liner, okay, only because I didn't know too much about it, if I'm really honest. She sent it me as a gift, but the reason I wanted to say this, I was having a long chat with another cake artist today, because it seems to have blown up all over social media that there seems to be 2 Ganache sets, and people seem to think that they're copying each other. So I'm just going to put my final word on this, okay. The 2 sets are different. They create the same effect. They do the same job, but they're completely different. I had no involvement with either sets. I don't know these ladies. I do know the other ladies, but I really get fed up of being dragged into something that's got nothing to do with me, okay? I've made the decision to sell this set. I'm very happy about it. And this set started to be announced 5th of January this year. Okay, that's when they said they were launching it. Now the reason I know that, it's not because I've asked these ladies. I've gone back on their Facebook page, I've had a look when they started mentioning it. I feel all worked up.
Yeah,
right, and the reason is because there's been some emails from the other company, 2 other people, saying that I'm involved in this, and I am not involved in it. This is not my product. It has nothing to do with me. I didn't think about it. I have no idea about it. And all you girls who follow me have never seen me ganache a cake. I don't know how to ganache a cake. I'd love to know how to do it. I watch Rachel Hannah. I watch other cake artists in here. I've never done it. I think the only time I've ganached a cake is Dawn Butler came in, we did the dragon cake. I don't call that ganaching a cake, because to me ganaching a cake is going for this lovely smooth top ready for you to
yeah, it's like for the sharp edges.
For the sharp edges, yeah. But like I did a dragon with Dawn Butler, well that was just slapping it all on. It didn't really matter because we weren't having no smooth edges. The sugar paste just went on all slapped on as well. And what's the other thing I did once with ganache? Oh, I did something else as well with ganache where I just had to slap it on. But you know that I am not a sharp edge girl or a smooth edge girl. You all know that. I tell you all that. That's it. I do my cakes the way I do them, and that's it.
They're a bit rough around the edges.
Pardon? They're a bit rough around the edges, yeah. So the reason I wanted to show you this, so this biscuit liner has actually been out since 2018. So if we want to talk about what came out first, oh, it's in the fridge. Going to say, where's the other liner? So this ganache liner, so that's the biscuit liner. So when they brought the ganaching kit out, basically it's the same frigging thing. It's this, except that they've added a few other elements to it. So that makes me wonder, if this has been out since 2018, well, who did have the original idea then? Maybe you should all go and have a look and find that information yourself, but keep me out of it, all right? So I'm selling this one. It's a great price. I really like it. And you can all go and buy whichever one you want. But and the reason I'm telling you and speaking to you like this is because they will be watching. Yes, ladies, you know exactly who you are. Right, let's go and get the cake.
Okay. Was it the roast turkey cake that you can have?
Roast turkey. Yes,
Hannah.
it was.
Yeah, Hannah's popped, I think it was Hannah's popped on to say that. And also, we've had a question. Is it right that you have to buy the size up for the cake that you want? So do you buy the bigger size up?
I've no idea.
No,
Right.
no.
Okay. So I've left my fridge open there if you want to do it. So I've had a look at this, okay, and I'm not going to say I'm going to improve on it. So there's a blog post by Mr. Baker. So Mr. Baker, if you don't follow Mr. Baker, go and follow him. He's actually a blogger, and he puts blogs on YouTube. He's brilliant. He's a lovely guy. I really like him. He's called Rob the Baker, and he used the set for the first time. So I think he did a live on the 25th of February. So just put into YouTube Rob Baker and you'll find him, or Mr. Baker, you'll find him. Now he has done it the way these girls have done it. So he's actually ganached the cake exactly as per instructions. Now, I got Rachel Hannah down this morning, so she was coming down because she's getting ready to set up for her new class, which I've got to put on the website. Feel out of breath. So I was having a chat with her, so she's taking a kit home and she's going to try the method I'm doing now. Now, as you can see, this isn't ganache, this is whipping it up. So I want to try this. Now this, I only made this literally. The reason we're late is because I had to finish it off. I've been in work, I was here working this morning here, then I had to go to the warehouse. I didn't finish at the warehouse till 5:10. I flew in here, started getting the cake ready, went and had tea, flew back in here again, and then I've run out of whipping it up, Swiss meringue buttercream. So Simon's going, "Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet?" I'm going as fast as I can.
She's going really, really fast. I can vouch for that.
So this is mine set in the fridge. Now, if my theory works, and I haven't spoken to these girls to tell them, so they could very well be watching and cringing at the moment, but basically I'm just going to try a few different ideas with how it works. So at the moment you buy one set per size. What I'm hoping is you buy one set for two sizes, if that makes sense. So this is my Swiss meringue. It's set in. I'm going to leave it in the fridge overnight. I'm going to take it off and see what it looks like, and then I'm going to get Karen to bake me some more cakes, and then through the week I'm going to do different chocolate ones, and I'm going to try them all, and then when I'm ready I'm going to show you them all. I'll just keep them in the fridge, and I've got Rachel Hannah doing the same, and we're going to try it with their method and our method. All right, and when I come to do that live, I'll explain why I've chosen my way, if it works. Okay, so I think sometimes it's always good to get somebody else to have a look at it, and you were looking at it tonight, and Julie was quite fascinated. She's like, "Oh right, oh okay then."
I was working with it. So a couple of the lovely ladies have been replying and saying, yes, you do need to buy the next size up. So if you're making an 8-inch round cake, you buy the 9-inch.
That's exactly what it's saying. So all the kits are saying that if you buy for whatever size cake, so if your cake is an 8, okay, then you buy a 9-inch tin and you use that. But I haven't done that. I'll tell you what I've done, okay.
You've done it your way.
I've done it my way, the Carol McFarland way.
I got that one in. And there's lots of love and lots of support coming in for you, Carol.
Yeah, do you know, because I am a very truthful woman, and there's lots of things I shut my mouth over. I'm sure it amazes you, I do. But I've had to bite my tongue, believe me, this year. But I'm ready to pop. And they're watching, and they'll know. But the abuse I've had of some young ladies sickens me, really sickens me. Right, so what I've done is, where's that cutter now? What have I done with that cutter? Did I put it back in?
I don't know, you don't put it in the sink, have you?
I did, I put it in the sink. John will be in a minute giving me a gagging order. Karen's not here, so he can't text Julie. So I'm going to wind her neck in. No, but it just gets on my nerves. Do you know what it is? I'm in the cake business. I'm in the cake business. I'm here to have a laugh. I'm here to have good fun. I'm here to enjoy caking. But I tell you... so
they're all loving your way.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
What have you done, Carol?
So what?
What have you done?
What have I done?
Yeah,
so what I've done is I've got my 8-inch cake, okay? So I've got my 8-inch cake, and then you've all bought these, loads of you bought these, and I said to you a few weeks ago, I'm going to find a way that you use every ring. And to be fair, Julie did say tonight, because she was using these in class today, and Julie said, oh, I'll use these tonight for my faces, but she'd already got these out, and I said, well, it doesn't matter because we sell both. So I'll get her to show you which size it is for the faces. And then we've used these for all different things, you know, even Doe Griffin uses them on her class. So for the 8-inch cake, I've got this one out, which is the 7-inch, and I've cut my cakes. Now, when you ganache a cake and you've got your ganache in place, you've got to go in, you've got to trim it all down anyhow. So all we're doing is we're cutting the cake, and what I've done is not use the foam, all right? And then I've cut my cake and put them in layer by layer, and I've done it that way, and therefore you don't need to use the next tin up. That's if it works. So we don't know if it works yet because this is in the fridge. I've got to do a chocolate one, and I've got to do a test on a few other ones first. But if that works, that's great, because that then tells me we can use this for an 8-inch and a 9-inch, and then the other one we can use for a 7-inch and a 6-inch. So you'll get 2 uses out of them instead of 1 8 use. That's if they work, all right? So like I say, that's where we are. Now, if you ladies want me to put these in stock, I can put them in stock. You can order them on the condition that you read the information, because I'll put a little note next to it afterwards, read product info, that you know your order will only be dispatched when they arrive. So we are waiting on DPD bringing them in, all right? So this shouldn't be too long because customs has been done, so I'm expecting them tomorrow, fingers crossed. The next thing is BWB moulds are in stock. I put them in stock over the weekend. They're arriving tomorrow as well. Bit of miscommunication between me and the lady. Now, the lady who is the distributor for the BWB moulds has got COVID, and unfortunately she has actually been taken into hospital today. Now, when she told me, when she first sent me the message, I thought that the way that she said it, I thought she'd been in contact with someone who was in COVID, because her message was we have to isolate until Wednesday. But it turns out she's actually got COVID herself, so I'm actually feeling quite worried about her, especially when her daughters rang me and told me that she's had to go into hospital today. So I wish Elsa all the very best, but she is the European distributor for the moulds. Now, I can only buy what she buys in. The company itself is based in Brazil. I don't deal with anybody in Brazil. So she's the lady. And so whatever moulds I've got is what I bought off her. And I've bought as many as I can. So the 4 heart ones are in. So the 4 geometric hearts are in. The large teddy is in. There's a new tie, which will be great for Father's Day. So it does 3 different styles of ties. What else is in? Some nice eggs are in, okay, some nice geometric eggs, and I don't know, can't remember, but they're all on the website anyhow, and they're all in stock. If they're out of stock, it's because she didn't have them. It's not because I didn't want to order them, it's because she actually didn't have the stock herself. Yeah? All right, any other comments?
Okay, just say, what are the rings called? So I'm assuming the meaning.
So these,
I don't know whether it's those or whether it's these that you've been using this.
Ah, right, okay. So this set here is the PME set of 19 cutters. So you ladies who've got this, that's great. You've got your cutters, okay. And the other thing I do want to say about the other Ganache kit, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It looks a great kit to me. It looks lovely, okay. So it really is personal choice what you like. But this kit is completely different, but both kits achieve the same effect. So it's entirely up to you what you want to do. The only thing I'm going to say to you is, hand on my heart, and my 8 grandchildren and the 9th one on the way, I had nothing to do with this. The first thing I knew about this product was 10 days ago. Okay, and I can't make that any clearer. And I actually sick to death of Carol McFarlane's name being dragged into things. Really sick of it. Right, so my own followers will know and will be on my side, but it's just the ones who don't say anything who are watching at the moment. Right, what was the question? So this Ganache kit, I can't show you, but see this here? So when I said to you about this piece here, this has been available since 2018. That's this, but bigger for here. Can you see that? So what was your question?
What are they called?
These?
Yeah. So
okay. And you do get a bottle, okay, for you to put your chocolate in. So when you do your chocolate, you put it in the bottle there and pour it through. Now it's easier, and the other thing is, if you have excess chocolate, you can leave it in your bottle, and then when you want to use it again, you just pop it in the microwave. With the Swiss meringue buttercream, I did do that with a piping bag, because I don't think I could ever imagine squeezing buttercream through a bottle.
No,
So, and I will tell you that the ladies, they don't, they've never done it with buttercream or Swiss meringue. So the ladies who own this design, they've said, look, we've never ever done it with Swiss meringue buttercream or with buttercream either. They've only done it with Ganache. So the kits are called, okay, so this is the biscuit kit, sorry. So if you have a look overhead, Simon. Okay, so it's Brids, is it, oh, Bridge, how do you say that? Is it, but it's not, it's...
Someone on here commented it's, with it having a D on the end, is it Bridget?
Yeah, Bridget, that's it, yeah.
It's got a D on the end.
Yeah, so it's Bridget. I just don't think, what would I know? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't call her Bridget anyhow, but that's it. So it's a reusable, easy cake tin liner, the one and only Ganache kit. They do come in sizes, and the size I've got here is the 9-inch, and the 9-inch round is what you use with an 8-inch sponge cake, because what they ask you to do is that you set this up in a 9-inch tin, okay, and they give you a piece of foam as well. So let's just give you an example of this. Okay, so let's just pretend that this is a 9-inch tin. Okay, let's just pretend this is a 9-inch tin with a bottom, obviously. So you got your bottom in, you put your liner in. I can't show you the liner because it's under this cake, but you pop your liner in, you then pop this in. And then obviously I've got the smaller version because this is the cake one, because mine's there. And then you pop this inside, and then you drop your 8-inch cake in. Wait a minute, I'm not doing this very neat, am I? It's all because I'm not using the right set. So when you first use this, you need to roll it up like this as well first. Okay. And it's exploding because I'm not using the right set. Because look, you can see, look, go to the overhead, Simon. This is the small one, okay? So this is the biscuit one, but basically you put that in, then you put your ganache in, put your cake on, ganache around the side, cake, 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 keep going, building up. But I'm going to show you on a live, I'm going to do a full live for you, where I show you the ganache one, the buttercream, and the Swiss meringue buttercream. I'm not going to do any fancy cake decorating, because I'm not a cake decorating artist, but I'd like to do a live of doing all three. So I want to have 3 made, and then I want to show you how to make 3. And I'm going to plan that for one day next week, okay? Can't do it this week. I was hoping to, but we got far too much on. But I'm going to plan it for one day next week. Yeah, that'd be good fun, wouldn't it? And I think, oh, I know when we're going to plan it. We're doing it with Rachel Hannah a week on Thursday. That's when we're doing it. So that's why she's practicing. So she's doing it as well. So I think it's a great bit of kit, okay? I would probably look for the size cakes that you do the most, and then start off with that one first, okay? Don't ask me what the prices are. They are on the website, but I can't remember. But as soon as this live's finished, I will put them in stock, as long as you know that if you choose the next day option, it won't leave until they arrive in the warehouse. And then when they arrive in the warehouse, they will then go on the next day option. Yeah? All right then. Any more comments, Julie?
No, I think we're all good. Quite excited about having an extra live with you doing those, and also commenting to say that you trim the foam to fit the size of the tin.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
No, I know that you trim the foam, but I've got the foam for this one, and I've got the liner for the small one, and I've got the wrong size tin. So it was a bit of a daft thing to show you that, really. So I'm trying my method, the Carol McFarland way, and we're going to see if this works, okay? Because I like to try things my way, because I'm also, you know, like the girls who own this don't do buttercream, they do ganache in. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go and see if it works. No harm done, is saying giving it a go. And then if it does work this way, then you're just trimming down your cakes and using your 8-inch tins. Yeah? Right, so what else did you want me to tell you about? What else was you asking about? And if I disappear shortly, it's because when I go and sit over there, John's opened the door and put a rope around my neck. Yanked me out. But I have been really upset. I mean, you girls have all been following me for a long time. I've been doing Facebook Lives for 5 years now. I don't lie, okay? I really don't lie. but believe me, that it goes on to your face, it does, but it doesn't from me. I have registrations for my nozzles, 49 of them. I can give you all the numbers. And do you know why I can give you the numbers? Because I actually have them. I have what I say. I back up what I say, all right? That's all you need to know. Right, goody good.
Okay,
Come on, Julie.
lovely. Right, I'm heading back in. Geraldine's asked about the cake, so just before I start on those cupcakes,
Yeah.
I will quickly show you the baby changing bag again.
I tell you, that cake
Sorry
makes
for
a
the,
son.
I was going to say sorry for the grunting, but it is a bit heavy. There we go.
Simon's
Sound
worried
effects.
John's going to come in a minute and batter me.
There we
It's
go.
not
So,
message me. It's fine. It's not message me. It's okay.
So, I'm probably messaging Karen and Karen's going, well, I'm not there.
so this is the baby changing bag. So this is the one that I worked on today, and this is the one that I brought with me last time I was here. So you can see the two different colourways together. Okay, so on this one we went with the pink, obviously for the Sugar and Crumbs for the pink, and this one I did in contrasting more of neutral shades, which would be fabulous if it was like a gender reveal or for a baby shower. You know, it's suitable for any babies. So as I say, we're working on the cake, Rice Krispie cereal treats for modelling, making all the different baby products, nappies, blankets, all that kind of thing.
I have to say I love this, and I was well impressed. I was watching this morning while I was working in my office, and I'm well impressed with this. I really am. I asked Julie to do this one when she said what would you like me to do for classes. I said, can you do one of those baby changing bags?
Yeah,
and
this
I
was
really
requested.
think they're going to be a hit. And I walked in tonight. My daughter-in-law is due a baby in 2 weeks, and what did I say to you? I wish I could post
You wish you
this.
could post it.
I do.
I wouldn't recommend posting it.
No.
Please don't. But yeah, so that's hopefully Geraldine. You've seen enough there. So let's pop it over again, and
And
we'll finish those last three
While she moves
cupcakes.
that, I just want to say I am sorry for having a go, but the ladies who are watching are the ones who I'm aiming at, who are not commenting. All right, I know I've got my loyal followers, and that's great. But what I can tell you is anything I tell you is truthful, and I'll make sure it's truthful. But I really am about to burst my lid. And if someone else sends somebody else an email telling them, and I know exactly who it is, and I've sent it to the owner of the company, do not involve me, okay? I am nothing to do with your product, and I'm nothing to do with this product. This product was thought of by Bridget and her team. Nothing to do with me. If it had anything to do with me, believe me, it would have Sugar and Crumbs' name on it. Dear. Right, sorry, Julie.
Right, okay,
jumping
no-
on you there.
Okay, now this sugar paste is not going to be eaten. I'll just get that out there. Nobody's eating this that she throws across the kitchen. Okay, so no complaints. Oh dear. So yeah, this is why that I'm not doing them onto actual cupcakes. They are just cupcake toppers tonight. We're getting into trouble. Okay, so if we can, do you want to look at those on the overhead?
Yes.
Please. There we go. So these are the ones that we're going to work on now. So this time I am going to try and work on them kind of simultaneously. So we'll do the bases first using these texture mats, and then we'll work on the decorations to go on top of them.
Right, just before you start,
Yeah,
because I
absolutely.
forgot. So they've said, does
Yeah.
Julie have a Facebook page?
I do.
You
It
just read her chest.
is, yes.
Shall I zoom in on my
Yeah, we
chest?
don't have to zoom in, Simon.
Well, you may as well because it's not that big.
We are
So don't
funny
worry.
as women, aren't we? We're going to stick our name straight on our
Right
chest.
on our
don't we?
chest there,
And then we
yeah.
say, what are you looking at?
Yeah, absolutely. There we go, look. So it's Julie's cake in a box. So it's kind of, it was a spin on a Jack in a box. So it's a cake in a box, not a
Yeah.
Jack in a box.
Yeah.
And it's Julie because I'm Julie.
Julie,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Correct.
Julie's cake in a box. So I've got a Facebook page, an Instagram page, accounts thing, and
On
yeah.
an apron.
and an apron and a website. And I built the website all by myself.
Good girl.
Well done.
In lockdown, yeah, last year in lockdown, when the whole world stopped, I got out my laptop and I built myself a new website.
Good girl.
So there we
Okay.
go. So we're going to work with 3 different colours. So we're going along with the pink and the lemon and the blue theme. So kind of matching the original baby bag that we did. So we'll do the pink one in this chunky rib. So we're going to use that chunky rib mould again that we used before. So I'm going to just press that down, give it a little roll. so. And that just gives us our nice chunky rib. And this time for the flat cutter, the flat cupcake toppers, I'm using the next size down.
I'll get the ruler out for you actually.
Oh yeah, fabulous. Lovely, thank you. So, should have put my glasses on. So this one is, in centimetres, it's 7 centimetres. Oh, you've not got inches on there. So yeah, it's 7 centimetres. I've got inches on here actually, I think. So it's about 2 3/4 inches roughly. But yeah, 7 centimetres for this one. And the other one I was using was 8 centimetres. There we go.
And
so
just
not much
laughing
bigger.
about your sugar paste, there's a 5-second rule.
And I was quick.
You were
I was,
quick.
wait, I dashed.
I think if you hadn't have said anything, nobody would have noticed.
Do you not think? I'm too honest. What can I say? I'm too honest. So we've got our chunky knit one. We're going to do a crochet one, and we're also going to use the Katie Sue Designs, the small continuous quilting mould. There we go. So do you remember these come in 2 different sizes for the Katie Sue? This is the small one, and I think this is really, really good for cupcake toppers. I also use it for if I'm doing like the messy bedroom style cakes. I used to do a lot of those. I haven't done any for a while, but I went through a phase of doing a lot of the messy bedroom types. And I used to, if I was making like a quilted headboard, I would make that from some like foam core or something like that, and use this continuous quilting mould to decorate the headboard, which looked quite effective. So again, we're rolling out probably about 3-4 millimetres, and then I haven't put any corn flour in, so I'm praying to the mould gods that it's not going to stick. I normally do put corn flour in the moulds, but we'll, fingers crossed. Give it a little roll there, flip it over. Oh, there we go, look. Off that peels. So that just gives you a different effect there. So we'll cut that one out. If there's any like little raggedy edges, just spin it around with your hand just to soften those off. And then with the blue paste, we'll go for the crochet mould. So this lovely edible blue paste that didn't end up on the floor. But as I say, I promise nobody will eat this. I'll make sure. So that one's just going to go in the crochet mould there. As I say, just pressing it down, and then you can, if you want, just give it a little roll with your rolling pin. Take that one out, and again, just cutting a circle for that one. Just rubbing it on my hand there. It's quite good if it sticks into your cutter, because you can kind of rub over around the edge to get rid of any loose threads. So there we have, bring that over, the start of our 3 toppers. And then what I'm going to do is, we'll do the lettering for this one first. So I've got, these are the Stitch Effect mould. So the Stitch Effect letters, that's a Katie Sue Designs mould. So these are all on the website, I checked.
I love those, they're really
I
pretty,
think
aren't they?
these are really lovely. They're nice for baby things. They're really good for if you're doing, anybody who likes crafts, people who like knitting and sewing. Yeah, they are really lovely. So I'm just going to pop some.
Joe Griffin's using them in her class.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
these
using
are
them
really
on Friday.
nice.
They're lovely.
So a little bit of corn flour in your mould, and I'm just going to do the words baby in this one, because obviously it's a cupcake topper. You know, we can't fit a huge amount of writing, and we're just going to press the paste into the mould. So bearing in mind this is just sugar paste, I'm not using modelling paste or anything. Pop that in. So just make sure that all the paste is inside the mould. Make sure you haven't got any spilling over the edge, and then that just pops straight out. So obviously I haven't started at the beginning of the word for some reason. I started with the A, but there we go. So as I say, we're just going to do the word baby. You could do boy, you could do girl, yeah, any words. If it's a little bit not full, My words are not coming out today. If it's not quite filled properly, you can just add a little bit more paste on the back there as well, that's fine. But as I say, just make sure that the edges are all nice and neat.
As far as I'm aware, this mould is only in capitals. I don't think I've seen it in the little letters.
No.
Lowercase.
No, I think it is just... I used to be part of the Katie Sue design team, and when they released this one, it was just an uppercase. So it came with the texture mat that was like the cross stitch, like the Ada fabric. That's a good mat.
Which one's that?
It was like a round impression mat that came out at the same time with these.
Oh,
like the cross, the cross stitch. Have you got that one? I use that one.
Do you want me to get it out? You can do a cake topper with it, don't you?
I don't. To be honest, I don't use it on cake toppers, but what I do use it on, which if you've got one handy, I can show you how I do it. If you're doing any cakes like with a musical theme, so if you want to make any speakers, if you want to make like an amplifier, I tend to use that as a texture to give you that kind of can't describe, like with the little holes in. It looks really effective.
Oh.
I've also used it for the pockets on like rucksacks, and it just gives that kind of webbing effect. I don't know why I'm doing it. It's like at the side of your rucksack, isn't it?
It's underneath you when you're ready.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, in the cupboard underneath you, not underneath.
Not literally underneath me. In that one under that, right? Okay. Yeah, remind me, and I will do that because I've got some black paste, so I can show you what it looks like. It's really effective. I don't ever use. Well, I very rarely use any of the moulds for what they're supposed to be for. But yeah, it does. It gives you a really good netting effect. So that's the baby, like so. And then I've also got.
I love this one as well.
The Katie Sue washing line kits mould, which is really, really cute. So I'm going to do some little baby booties and some little socks with this one.
This one's lovely if you want to just put it all around the side of a cake like a washing line.
Yeah, I did do, as I say, when I was working more with Katie Sue, I did like a 2-tiered baby shower cake using this mould. And so they do quite often put that one on.
Is that on your page? Have you got it on your images on your page?
It might be on my website, I'm not sure. I'd have to check. But I could post a photo of it into the group. Yeah. I used quite a lot of their, obviously, because it was done for them, I used quite a lot of their moulds on it. But yeah, we used this one. It was one, I think it went in one of the magazines that I did it for them.
Geraldine Allen says, just how could you eat that teddy bear sat there on his own, minding his own business?
Quite easily.
Quite easily. It looks delicious.
Let's put it this way, if it wasn't made kind of back at the beginning of the year, that might make its way with me tonight. For a little midnight snack.
Those Rice Krispie treats, they look yummy, aren't they?
They are
I've
nice.
never made them at all.
Haven't you? Oh, you should do.
Yeah. But I was watching you make them and I thought, ooh, I'm so glad I'm not in the kitchen, I'll be in there for offcuts.
Oh, I'm really bad with them.
Yeah.
I've been using them quite a lot lately. I did like a movie themed cake and it had a box of popcorn on the top, like the cartons of popcorn that you get when you go to the cinema. And I made the popcorn box with Rice Krispie treats. And I had some offcuts of that and it's fatal. So I'm just making some little socks. So again, we're just putting the paste into the mould and then just give it a little flex like this and they should just pop out. Like so. So there's one. And then that one's stuck a little bit. I think I didn't have the corn flour in there.
Can I just tell you, we've not sold out of Ganache kits. I've not put them on the website yet. I've got loads of Ganache kits. So as soon as this live's finished, I'm going to go and put them on the website for you. So I've got plenty, don't worry, and I can get plenty. There's plenty of stock. And they've actually got the square ones as well. They haven't got the square ones yet, but they've also developed a square one. So as soon as that's ready, that'll be over as well.
Oh no, that sounds good. I do not like doing square cakes.
Yeah.
So that is quite tempting.
You never see me doing a square cake. I have enough trouble getting a sharp corner, a sharp edge.
This is why I specialise in novelty cakes. As you may notice, I did the treehouse cake. I've done the baby bag. I'm doing the mannequin cake. Well, not a straight edge in sight.
This is what I say to ladies. You have to find cakes that suit you.
Yeah.
All my cakes never have a sharp edge.
No. I mean, I can do them, but I very, very strongly recommend all my customers to get round cakes. If they desperately don't want a carved cake, then it's going to be a round one. Okay. So then we're just going to make the little, like the baby grow here. So again, we're just pushing the paste into the mould. Whoops. As it jumps back out again. Like this. And as you're pushing the paste down the mould, you will find like where the leg splits there, look. So you can, if you want, like on this one here, oops, bring it into shot. You can see I did some different colours for the buttons and the neckline. I'm just going to do it all in white for this one because it does take quite a while to do that. And I know you all want Carol to go and put those things into stock.
Do what? Oh, grey boards, I forgot. Thanks, Caroline.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
So grey boards, they're due in tomorrow or Wednesday. So tomorrow or Wednesday. So the grey boards will be dispatched this week. We've got them all in all sizes, but I've only put one on the website at the moment. When everything comes in, I'll put all the other sizes on as well.
Brilliant. Okay, so again, we're just going to...
Julie wants a grey one, don't you?
I do want a grey one.
It's exciting news, isn't it?
What?
That they're coming in.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just a tiny bit devastated there because I wanted to take one home with me. I wanted to click and collect so I could take it home today. But anyway, I'll just have to wait a few more days. So there we have the little baby grow. And as I say, if you wanted, you could use, in the mould, you could add the different coloured features if you want, or you could paint those details on as well. Okay. And then, let me see what else we're going to do. So just with our white, so on this one here, look, I've just used the stamp embosser things, and we're going to paint in for that one. So I'm just going to use some white because obviously we can't really use them very well on the textured mat. It wouldn't show up quite so well, I don't think. So we're going to just put an extra layer on top, and we'll hope that I've got enough white there. I have got some more in there. It's just thought we'd try and use that. And I'm going to use the fluted edge, like the frilly edge of the pastry cutter. Look at that, just fits. It's like I've done these before, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just the once. There we go. Okay, so we've got a nice white, little frilly edged. Just going to turn it over, pop a little bit of water on the back, just so that it sticks on. And that can go on the top there. And then we'll emboss the writing on that in a second. So let's put the little baby grow on the blue cupcake topper. Like so. And then on this yellow one in the middle, we're going to put the letter in. So again, just a little bit of water just on the back. But you could do these in all different colour combinations. You don't have to do them the same as these.
The moulds that Julie's using are the Katie Sue ones. They're on our website. This particular one, it's the cross-stitch alphabet mould. And she's also using the washing line, baby washing line mould as well.
Yeah, so there, that's the stitch, I think it's stitched letters or something like that it's called.
Yeah. Karen's just put the link up before, so she'll pop it up again for you. And then there's the washing line one. But if you go to our website, go to brand, Katie Sue, you'll see them there.
And then I also used the small continuous mould. That was a Katie Sue mould. That was for the texture for the yellow cupcake, so this one here. Okay. And then obviously I used the two Karen Davies ones that I'd used earlier as well.
So Fiona, the balls that we've got here, we do green, pink, and we're going to do grey. The green one is the cheapest one. There's nothing wrong with that, but green is a colour that was always been out. It's been out for years, and so that it's cheaper. You pay for the pink ones because of the pink pigmentation. So it's £110 for the very big one. They're non-stick, and then the grey one I was hoping was going to be cheaper. It's actually more expensive. So I'm going to do it for the same price as the pink one. And the reason that's expensive is because of demand. Grey is the colour trend. So nothing to do with me, but that's how suppliers work. And the boards, let me just give you some top tips about the boards if you buy the boards. When they come, they've got like a waxy film on them. Don't be scrubbing that off. You need to leave that on. You can wash your board, you can wash it, you can clean it with detergent, there's no problems with any of that. But what I would say is once a month, give it a nice rub over with some Trex or some olive oil. Not loads, just rub it in, massage it in, and your board will be fine. And you can use both sides of your board. So if you want to turn one for chopping and then the other one for rolling out the sugar paste. The reason I don't allow anybody to cut on it, because it is a cutting board, my son goes mad, it is a cutting board, but I don't allow anybody because I want to roll sugar paste on it, and I've rolled massive big amounts of sugar paste on there and it doesn't stick, and you did that today.
No, I did it today, yeah, absolutely. I covered, like I say, the baby changing bag, so it was rolled out. The piece of paste that I rolled was practically the same size as the board. I had to stop rolling because otherwise it would go off the edge of the board and it would end up having like great lines through it. So yeah, my paste, the ladies who were in the class today will vouch, the paste almost covered this whole board and it was absolutely fine.
Every tutor's used the board. I've always come in, thrown ice and sugar all over it, or corn flour, and I go, hey, get off. But they're used to it, and then once they start using this board, they love it. And I don't have to tell them, they use it and it works for them. What I will say is, if you wipe your board with a wet cloth, don't roll out sugar paste on it straight away. Dry your board, just dry it with a tea towel, and then roll out. Because if it's wet, obviously the sugar paste will stick to it. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Great.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to do the girl word. Do the girl word. As I say, you could do anything. You could do it's a girl, it's a boy, new baby, baby girl, baby boy, any combination. And I'm actually going to be using these PME fun fonts. And this is the cupcake and cookie sized stamping kit. So obviously you could put a longer message on if you wanted to with these smaller ones. They are showing us out of stock on the website, but it's PME that are out of stock. And as soon, yes, it's not Carol, it's PME. PME's fault. Yeah, so as soon as they come into stock and Carol gets them, they'll go in stock on the website. And these are really, really useful. I do use this cupcake size quite a lot with mine.
Every time I buy these, they sell out straight away. I buy them in sets of 100 at a time, and they just fly out straight away. So, but PME are actually out of stock, so as soon as they come back in, I'll put them back in.
Yeah.
There's lots of lettering sets, and they're all beautiful. All the companies that sell the lettering sets are lovely. As you know, I'm a massive fan of sweet stamps. I love sweet stamp sets, I really do. But their behaviour to me this year has really been very challenging, let's just say. So I don't promote the brand anymore, only because of behaviour. When they start behaving themselves, I might start promoting it again.
Fair dues. So I quite like as well, with this it tells you what letter it is underneath. I don't know, can you see that on the overhead? It actually tells you under the stamp, because obviously the stamps are upside down, but it does tell you underneath all the letters, which I find quite useful. I like that. So we're going to...
It's easier putting them back in the box.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. And they slot in quite nicely with these little handles.
And they're printed on the lid as well, aren't they, inside?
Yes.
You
Well done.
You don't have to take notice of stuff. He
Oh,
makes
thanks.
me laugh, you know. Here we are, we're cakers, we buy it, we look at it, we stroke it, we put it in the cupboard. Simon doesn't use any of it, just takes photos of it, and he can tell me about every single product.
I know.
He's
Fabulous.
amazing. I feel like slapping him. But he sits there, shows me and Karen up.
Well, I don't know. So I'm just going to press that in, like so. I'm doing these all in capitals, but obviously you could do them in lowercase as well and do it in a joined up font if you wanted. There we are. So I'm just writing girl. I'll put those away in a moment. I'm actually going to use this ready-made gold paint. So this is the Rainbow Dust gold paint, and it's a metallic light gold. You can obviously use your gold luster dusts, and you can just dilute those with some dipping solution or some rejuvenator fluid. But to be honest, when you're just using a tiny bit to fill in some letters, these ready-made paints save you so much time.
They're going to check you out, Simon. Tell you, he knows it all.
I get in trouble. I get told off for knowing too much sometimes.
No, you don't. I'm actually impressed that you know, because me and Karen are just miffed.
Yeah.
That we don't know. He just spills it all out.
I'm just cleaning my glasses.
So you can read the instructions on the box.
No, so that I can see to paint. Oh. Now, as I did tell you at the beginning of this demonstration, when I was showing you the mannequin dress, I don't do painting. I'm not a painter at all, so bear with me. But even these stamps I can get away with. So we're just going to follow the letter round.
So that's a good technique. You should show them how you're holding your hand and painting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of ladies don't do it. They try to paint and then they're shaky.
Yeah. So I just
hand.
support my hand there, support my wrist, because I get really shaky hands. And I do find
show
it...
the other way to make it.
Yeah. That's really good because it just supports your hand and it just stops any shaking. Or it limits it anyway. Okay.
So the letters that Julie are using are owned by PME, and to be fair, Linda Elizabeth Donnelly has just said PME do a range of stamps called gem stamps that have been out for years. I don't know. They were out before I started Sugar and Crumbs, and all they've done, what they did is they did flowers, butterflies, all sorts of things, and all they've done is brought out their lettering, and even they've been accused of copying. So it gets on my nerves really, because it's exactly the same as their gem sets, and even they've been dragged into this whole charade of that's my design, that's my design. It's actually getting quite pathetic. Yes, Elizabeth says you have an eye for detail, Simon. He's got an eye for having a gag for my gob in a minute. So the gold paint is rainbow dust. Is that what you're using, Julie?
Yeah, it's rainbow dust.
It's the rainbow dust. Is it the dark gold you're using?
No, it's the light metallic gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Need a special face mask for you, Carol.
Pardon? John will be sitting down and having a chat with me later. Like a naughty girl.
Will you be watching?
Of course he'll be watching.
Oh dear. Sorry, John.
Oh dear.
So obviously you can take longer to do yours. So if I have gone over any of the edges a little bit, you know, just take your time.
I've just seen a comment that it would be nice if there was a brush in the lid. I will tell you, if you had a brush in the lid, it would be your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Because the paint would be all around the stem of the brush. So it would only be worth it if there was a tiny bit of paint at the bottom. So
yeah, you don't want that.
You don't.
No.
Seriously, you don't want it. It's great for the glue, but if you had a brush in there, it would just all come off and drip off.
Yeah. So I'm just going to pop these quickly back so that I don't lose any of them.
We do sell a full range of different brushes, so have a look. There's loads of different brushes on our website. Just go to the shop part, drop down, and then go to equipment, and you'll see brushes, and they're all there.
Yeah, and you just need to use quite a fine brush for that. So there we
go,
have.
very pretty.
Let me move those
Hasn't she done a cracking job?
into shot. There we go. So as I say, so there's the actual cupcake toppers that we've done tonight. And then that's them actually on the top of their cupcake. So all I've done is just like a buttercream swell. And then pops the cupcake
really
toppers
effective.
on top.
They look really effective. Do you want to pull all your others into line? They absolutely love them. Hasn't she done a smashing job? So she's been on her feet all day. All day. She got here. She had to come here late yesterday, so she drove over late yesterday because we had Hannah in the kitchen. And so you got here about 8 o'clock.
About 8 o'clock last night, yeah.
I've got set up, and then she's been in the kitchen since 8:30 this morning. Bless her.
There we go.
Look at that. Fantastic. So everything that Julie has used is on the website. It's available apart from the little cookie set of fun fonts. And the reason they're not on the website is because PME are actually out of stock. Do you want to get that little round mould out and show them which one it is? If you go in these, if not these two, which one's here? It's got the plastic tubs in. So I'll tell you which tub it'll be in. Be in the Katie Sue tub. Go to the other side. Over there, yeah. Over there. Right, that's the bottom one. That's a different colour. The last one on the right. Yeah, it should be in there. She's just going to get another mould out for you.
Thank you for liking and sharing, Madge.
Do you know how to use their flower ones, Julie? Do you know how to use it? Oh, what time is it? Oh, we haven't got enough time now. It's just to say the FMM dog cutters. Yeah, I was going to get
Alright.
to show you
Okay,
F&M dog cutters.
take that one out of the packet.
Yeah,
Is that alright?
of course.
It's up to you. I could do a quick one, but it's up
What,
to
on
you.
the dog cutters?
Yeah,
Do you want to?
I can do.
Do you want to say what Shirley used the F&M dog cutters? The
I
brand
don't
new
need.
dog cutters.
I don't need to go to bed. Don't mind me.
We're going to wake you up at 7:30 as well. You stay in bed. I'll be creeping in at 7:30.
Oh, no,
Collection of a
honestly,
cake.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's fine. I get up early. I want to be off. I've got a skip coming in the morning.
Oh, have you? Got a skip on coming. What are you
I'm
doing?
taking the week. Taking the week off work. We're having a bit of a renovation in the house. Basically, my son moved out last week, my 22-year-old, and he shared a bedroom with my 18-year-old, so his younger brother. So he's getting a new bedroom. He's absolutely ecstatic to get rid of his older brother.
Bedroom.
Let's get rid of his older brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he's loving it. But yeah, he's. But obviously, for anybody who's got children that have moved out, they don't take everything with them. What is that? They leave everything. They buy new things for the new house. They buy the new wardrobes. They buy a new bed. They buy a new everything that they want. Leave all the old ones at home for mum. So yeah, I've got a skip coming. So all
For
of
like
his
30 years, yeah.
all of his stuff. Well, he's only 22, but
Yeah,
all of his.
My stuff's still.
Is your stuff still there? Well, his stuff's going. Anything he's left is going in the skip.
You sold it.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah, he knows. So that's what I'm doing is emptying that bedroom, and then while I'm at it, I thought I might as well do my daughter's bedroom as well. She's 21 soon. So we're emptying 2 bedrooms into the skip, and while we're at it, we're going to sort out the conservatory, which ended up as a bit of a dumping ground. So that's, yeah. I'll just stay here. I'll leave them to do that. Thank you. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll out this black paste, and just to show you, so like I say, if you're doing a cake with speakers on, with an amplifier, I quite often do like little guitar toppers, and they have the little amplifier next to it. So you would make your little amplifier, and then this texture is really, really good.
Good God, I was just saying her daughter did the same.
If you didn't have corn flour all over it, let me do that again. I put a little bit too much corn flour on the mould. You can't quite see. Let's give that a quick roll. But as I say, I mean, obviously you can use it for cross-stitch themed cakes. But I just think if you've got a mould, why not find how many ways you can use it? A bit like you with that kit, you know.
Yeah.
If it's designed for one thing, it can certainly do
Yeah.
lots of different ones.
You can brush that corn flour off anyway,
Yeah,
can't you?
it'll be fine.
Or steam it.
I was going to say, I
It
packed,
makes the pattern show up better though, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
Is
I was
it-
going to say, it's better for Simon because he
Oh,
can
good.
show it you.
I packed my steamer away. There we go. So yeah,
And if you haven't got a steamer, just give it a whack in front of the kettle.
yeah,
Can you see that design there?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't it
great.
show
Isn't it?
up? So as I say, so that makes a really good. It's like a waffly
And
type
that's-
finish. It's brilliant. So as I say, I use that for doing for amplifiers and speakers, that kind of thing, for music themed cakes, and also I've used it, as I say, to do on a rucksack cake, to do the little pockets. So really, 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 really quickly, Carol showed me a super cool. Is it new? I've
It's
not
new,
seen it
yeah,
before
it's
yet. A
only just
super
been
cool
launched,
new cutter.
I think it was launched a month ago. It's only because you did the animal cutters last time you were here.
I did.
Have you had a quick look on what to do? Are you going to work it out? She's going to wing it, girl. She's going to wing it. So just before she went live, I just popped these cutters at the side of her and said, if you get time.
Just have a go with these. I've looked at the pictures. What could possibly go wrong? How hard could it be? So, and like Carol said, I've just wiped this down, so I'm just drying it off to make sure that my
I
paste
know
doesn't
nothing
stick.
about these.
No, you don't. You haven't
Never
taken the
seen
picture.
them.
No,
Never seen
you haven't
them
taken the
before.
picture yet. And by the way, they're not on the website yet, but I'll put them on tonight. They're not on the
You're not going to bed either tonight then, Carol.
I've got a lot to do, me. These are not on the website simply because Simon's not taken a picture yet, and I don't generally put things on until he's taken photographs. But I'll put these on afterwards, and I'll keep all the little toppers so Simon can take pictures of them.
What do you mean all? I was only going to do
Haven't
one.
you making that?
How long am I staying?
I was having you planning on doing it a few or
Just
40
one of
times.
each, yeah.
Oh, I'm not turning it over and showing you the other 4 on the other back there. Right, okay, so as you can see, if we go on to the overhead, so we've got 2 cutters here. Okay, this one appears to have all the head shapes on. or most of the head shapes, and maybe that looks like it's probably a muzzle of some sort. Okay, but we've got some head shapes here, and then here we've got things like ears and muzzles and yeah, all the other bits of the dog's face from what I can gather. So for starters, I'm going to do this nice fluffy dog. So I'm going to use, you can see this one at the end here, look, is a little bit jagged.
Yeah.
So, do I sound like I know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm dead impressed. Because you haven't seen this, have you?
No. No.
But the good thing is, if you can just come in and pick it up and do it, then it'd be great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so just clean off if you've got any straggly bits, and then that should just pop out. Oops. Now this is quite soft sugar paste, so probably you would be better using maybe a modelling paste. This is the modelling chocolate that I added the sugar paste to. So let's try it with this one, because this is the pure modelling paste. And we'll do it the other way around. We'll do a dark face. Let me get those bits out here. As I say, so
But it's good to know, it's good for them to try it.
So it looks like you need to actually use a bit stiffer paste.
Saraceno
So maybe,
would be good.
yeah, it would. Or if you've got, you could add some Tyler powder to your sugar paste as well. That would probably work just as well.
Yeah.
Right, so
Saraceno tastes nicer than Tyler.
Yeah.
I love Saraceno.
Okay, so let's see if it works a little bit better with this. The other thing you could do as well is similar to what you do, or what I do with letter cutters, I just kind of leave it to sit for a few minutes just to start drying out a little bit sometimes with my paste. Probably wasn't the best idea to go for the fluffy dog straight away, was it?
Listen, I'm just glad that you're doing one. You don't have to do them all, but I'd be grateful if you did.
No pressure. There we go. So that one's come out a bit better, look, because that one wasn't such a soft paste. Again, I probably would use a modelling paste to do this, particularly for this jaggedy one.
Yeah.
There we go. And then he also needs some ears and a muzzle. So let's go with, what we'll do is we'll use, because this white sugar paste was quite a stiff one. I think this was Renshaw Extra or the sugar paste, one of those. So what we'll do is we'll use that, we'll add a little bit of this brown in, and we'll just do that as like a pale beige coloured muzzle and ears. So we'll do it the opposite way around to what it is on the picture. On the picture they've got darker ears, but we'll do ours lighter.
Is it the thing with these moulds with FMM cutters from FMM? You look at them, you can't work out what they are.
Yeah, it's working out which bits which, isn't it?
But when you look at them on a picture, so if Simon just takes a picture, it's like, well, what's that? But it's only when you get it and study it and you think, oh right, I see, that's the faces, they're the muzzles, they're the ears. And it all sort of makes sense then, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I've got some Saraceno with me, but it's kind of like it was the red and green, so it'd look a bit of a weird dog. So these are the ears. So again, I'm going for the fluffy ones.
Challenging.
Oh dear. There we go. See, look, we're cooking on gas now, we're fine. So there's one ear. And then let's cut out another one. There we go, we just need to give it a little bang like that. So there's two ears, and we also, it has like a little like jaggedy muzzle one here, look. So you can see these are all like the jaggedy fairy ones. So let's cut one of those out. Give it a little tap, out it comes. Oh yes.
You're on a roll, Julie, you're on a roll.
Now we're going, now we know what we're doing. Okay, so let's stick the ears in place and the muzzle, and then we just need to add some eyes and a nose for that one then. So let me get that into view. There we go, so a little bit of water just down at the bottom here. And I'm going to put his muzzle just hanging off slightly, as if the fur's a little bit hanging over the edge. There we go. passing that down. As I say, I would recommend that you maybe use the modelling paste for these. And then let's give him some floppy ears. Like so. So again, you can just go in if you want and just put some extra.
Aren't you good working it out? I'd still be looking at the thing cutting out.
Fluffy bits. Okay.
Simon will have it also. Start with Simon took pictures of it.
So we'll just draw in some lines there for his mouth. Get some black paste here. So he needs a little nose. So a small ball of paste there.
Jackie Gorton Hall says, I struggled with tappets in the past to get the paste to release. Is there any tips you can give?
Yes, there is. What I tend to do, as I say, for using, especially if it's the letter cutters, I more often than not use flour paste or modelling paste. I roll it out really thin, cut it into strips so that it's kind of like the width of your letters, slightly bigger, and then I leave it on. Do you know these flour? These are like the bobbly flour forming type pads, but I leave it on the flat side on the back. I just lay it on there for a few minutes so it starts to firm up a bit, and then cut out my letters like that, give it a good whack against the side of your workboard, and they do tend to come out. I know some people put cling film over the top of the paste and use it that way with the letters. I've never tried that, but as I say, I do find if you use flour paste, they come out a lot easier because you can roll it thinner. And
isn't it amazing? Do you know when you put the nose on it, it looked like a dog?
yeah.
Look at it now.
Like I say, I think the colour scheme would probably be better the other way around, but we're working with what we've got and what paste I had left over. So let's just pop a couple of eyebrows. There we go.
There's one.
There's one.
Yeah, cute.
Okay. I'm not cutting, I'm just releasing. Okay.
Should get out my new business card, shouldn't I, girls? My Katie Sue business card. Lives tomorrow. 11:30. Tracy Mann. No. Sorry, I'm on at 1 o'clock, finishing off my sunflowers, and that's live on the page. And then at 2 o'clock, it's the closed group. So it's our first class of the year tomorrow in the Buttercream Flowers group. It's a 3 hour, we're booked in for a 3 hour session, not sure whether we'll do 3 hours, but tomorrow is filler flowers, and I've had a request for, because the class now is every 2 weeks, I've had a request for iris flowers for the week after next. So filler flowers tomorrow, and then we're going to do iris as our first proper flower in 2 weeks' time. So if you're on the Buttercream Flowers, that's where we're up to tomorrow. So you've got a live on the main page at 1 o'clock, finishing off the sunflowers. Everybody can join in and see that. And I'll be able to show you my cake tomorrow as well. See if it comes out all right.
Okay, so this time we're going to make it, it's a little bit like a Jack Russell style of dog. So we're going to use this kind of pear-shaped cutter here. So with my darker colour paste, I'm just going to cut that one out. There we go. And then we're going to cut the same shape out with the paler coloured paste. Is what I reckon. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use, so that same head shape again, we're going to cut. What we're trying to do is along the middle of the nose. You know, sometimes when they have like a stripe down the front of the head and onto the nose, that's what we're creating. It will come more apparent. So we're going to use the edge of that shape just to cut out a piece off each bit, look. Does that make sense?
How did you work that out? Did you have a quick read up before we went?
No, I'm just kind of looking.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have sussed that out.
I think that's probably what they've done. Something like that anyway.
Yeah.
Let's make it a little bit. I know that's what we did. I'm just going by what we did with the those round cutters. No, the ones that I did last time when I was here. Let's just put a little bit more. They tend to kind of use the edges. Like I say, you can just neaten it off with your fingers. You could also use a circle cutter, but I'm assuming that they probably want you to use that cutter for all the little bits.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Then that's going to go along the nose. You see, that gives you like the stripe down the centre of his head. I'm just going to grab my Dresden tool and just neaten that bit off.
Ooh, all you doggy fans now, eh? What other dogs does it have on there?
There's a pug, there's a French bulldog, there's a, I think that's supposed to be an Alsatian. So yeah, there's quite a few.
What's on that?
And on the back, let me bring it into view. Look, so we've got a bulldog. I'm not making all these.
No,
we've got a bulldog. This is the one that I'm making at the moment.
Yeah.
This looks a bit like a cocker spaniel because it's one of the ones with like the fluffy ears but a different shaped head. Obviously, we've got a pug, French bulldog. That to me looks like a German Shepherdy Alsatian type thing. Yeah. And then that one, maybe a cockapoo. Yeah. Perhaps something like that. And that one looks like. I've got my glasses on. I'm not sure.
What do you think?
Westie, maybe, or
I think a Westie would have a fatter face.
or what's the other one?
What are those ones that have like the real bearded?
Yeah, actually.
Is it a bearded terrier type looking? I don't know. You see, this is where.
Is it an Ayrshire?
I don't know.
My son's got an Airedale Terrier, but it's a brown and black one. Do they do white Airedale Terriers?
I don't know. This is where I need my daughter because she's actually trained to be a dog groomer, so she knows all about the different breeds of dogs. Right, so we're going to make the ears. So let's have a look, see if we can find out which of the ears we think it's going to be. I think probably. Let's go for that one, or maybe this one actually. I don't know. It's one of them two, I think. Let's go for the bigger one. We can always cut it down. So let's cut out that one ear. No, I think that's too big. I think it was the smaller one. Let's roll that back out again. It looks more rounded. That looked more triangly.
Is the Buttercream Flowers group more advanced now? No, basically we're just, tomorrow we're going to start with filler flowers because they're quite handy, and what I do is I then show you a flower each week to do, and the filler flowers you use at your own time then. So I did some different flowers last year. This year they're just going to be slightly different, and then when you come to pick a flower, then you can go back then and choose which filler flowers you want to use. So each class will learn a new flower.
Right, okay, so I'm just going to squash. You can see this, because this has got chocolate modelling paste in, it's been handled a lot, it's quite soft. But I'm just kind of shaping around, just to give that a bit more shape. And then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it on kind of upside down, like that, and I'm just going to fold the ear over, just to give it a little bit of height. Like so. Like I said, modelling paste is definitely going to be your best friend for this.
Yeah. Yeah, buy Saraceno modelling paste, it's great.
Yeah.
It's firm, but it's also soft enough for you to be able to move it. When you get it, it's like a brick, and you'll think, oh my God, what am I going to do with this? Just chop off little 1-inch chunks and just mould it and get it going.
Yeah, we used Saraceno today in the class. I think everyone was quite impressed.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
With what we did with it.
And it tastes delicious and it smells delicious.
Especially the brown.
Yeah. They all smell nice though.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. Because normal modelling paste tastes horrible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But this has got cocoa butter in it.
Yeah, it is. It's nice. So we'll make some ears. Make some eyes. Where did that go? One.
I think you're right, Debbie. It hasn't got a whippet. I'm sure you could make one. Nora Great Dane.
Oh, there's lots. Hasn't got an English Springer Spaniel. That's what I've got.
I bet though, if you have a look at this, there'd be people who have made other things from these. They just won't have been able to put all the pictures on there.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like when with the animal that mix and match cutter
Yeah.
that I did
There's
last time.
thousands.
There's loads. If you go and have a look on Google, there's lots and lots of different designs that you can do.
Yeah.
But as I say, there's only so many that can fit on the packaging.
Schnauzer.
Schnauzer.
Schnauzer, is that how you say it? That white one, is that what it is? Is that a schnauzer?
Could be.
Yeah.
The black fluffy one is a poodle. Somebody else thought it was a Westie. There's no Labrador on there, is there?
No.
It looks like a Cavalier.
There we go. So there's like a
Yay,
Jack
look at
Russell type.
Hey, you did that when we were all distracted.
Yeah. I think that's what happens when you're there chatting away. I get finished.
I'll do it tomorrow. Calm down.
Who's filming tomorrow?
I'm doing the buttercream flowers.
Right,
Terry's doing the other thing.
the 1 o'clock, yeah. Great.
There we go. So there you've got your little Jack Russell.
That's cute, that, isn't it?
That's quite a cute one, yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Like I say, I think with that one, if it had been the other way around with the colouring, I think it is just limited
Yeah.
with the colours that I've got, literally
Yeah.
as the cutter was thrust at me,
Yes,
and
it
the
was.
colours that I had on
It
the
was
bench.
given, just as I was finishing off my cake frantically before we went live, I said, oh, there's a set of cutters there. She went, what?
So yeah,
Wing your way through it.
absolutely. But as I say, I think if you had, let's have a look. We could potentially have a go at one of the others. We could have a look at maybe the French Bulldog. If I use this black and add it some white in. See, my brown's not a very good brown
Well,
for
they
the
want you
cook.
to make the boxer dog next. Which one's the boxer dog?
So that's a
Where is it?
complicated one now.
Which one, the boxer dog? Oh, it's not that complicated, Julie. Go on, you'll be fine. Just do that one and we're done.
What, the boxer one?
You said that about the last one.
Right,
And
the
the
last
first
one.
Right, so which one are we doing? The boxer,
boxer.
or
She
the
was only
boxer?
doing one in the first place.
I know.
And then if you're squashing the Alsatian, do that.
Oh,
And then we're going.
And then we'll go in. Dear me.
Well, I've got to make up time after my little rant, haven't I? I spent 10 minutes ranting, so they've got 10 minutes.
the quarter past.
Who's you staying over to, Simon? Right, okay.
And just let me tell you, I know we're out of ring cutters, but I'll get them. But if you are buying your Ganache kits, you can cut round a cake card as well. So there's nothing stopping you putting a cake card on top of your cake and cutting round that temporarily until your cutters come. That's right, isn't it?
Okay, so let's bear in mind that this is completely the wrong colour.
Just say to ladies who want the PME round cutters, I'm out of stock.
All right then.
So if
It's
we're
a thing of beauty, that Carol.
yeah, so if you want to use a cake card, you could cut round that. Please make the
Yes.
boxer next, says Sandy. There you go, Sandy. Your dreams have come true.
Is that Sandy Scooter?
Yeah, do you know her? You eyeballing her there.
I'll be having words.
Yeah, it's definitely her. Do you know her? Yeah.
Only through this group.
Oh dear, right. Go please. Yeah, they're all saying thank you very much.
That's okay. As I say, if I'd had a chance to play with them and have the proper colours and the proper pace, it would be much more successful. But we'll give it a whirl.
You're doing very well.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move them cupcakes.
Yeah.
And while I'm mixing the different
Is it
colour...
a Pasadale Terrier, the white one?
No idea. Oh, gosh, look how... I'm just going to lay that paste onto that foam pad just to let it try and firm up a little bit because that is getting really soft. And I'm going to mix a paler colour for his muzzle. So as I say, bearing in mind that they're not the right colours, but you kind of get the idea of what they're going to look like.
Schnooze says the grey.
Yeah, could be. That's one of them, isn't it?
There's no collie on there, is there?
No. No. Right, so for the head shape, it looks like it's this kind of square type of head. So we're going to go for that one. Oh, but that's out of that paste, so let's let that dry a bit. And we also need the muzzle. So the muzzle is this kind of like squashed heart shape here, this like yeah, squished heart. So let's cut the muzzle out first while we're waiting for the other paste to firm up a little bit. Ooh. So that's going to be for his muzzle. And then we also need a piece, don't think there is actually a piece that's cut out for that. So what we'll do, just for the top bit on his headlock, if we just get the picture here, so we're just going to look at this little top bit. It's just like a strip of paste, to be honest. So I'm just going to cut out that kind of little oval, and we'll trim it to size. There we go. So we've got the muzzle, and we've got a little bit that we're going to trim for the head. Oh, that's firming up a little bit there. You can tell it goes a little bit more kind of leathery, and it's not quite as squishy as it was before. So let's cut out the head shape, which is this kind of squared
They're
head.
saying it's all very much appreciated. You must be knackered. Have I put you on overtime? And
Well, there's an idea.
are you in detention?
Well, I thought I'd done a good job today, so I'm hoping not. I'm hoping not.
Brilliant. And Debbie Hargreaves says you weren't joking about being a Duracell bunny.
I know, I was saying before, yeah. Okay, so all I'm going to do, I cut out like the thin oval shape, and I'm just going to squash that a bit with my fingers. And I'm just going to, instead of getting the cutting mat, I'm just going to cut that with some scissors.
You're a pocket rocket.
Okay, so that's the little bit that goes on the top of his head there. So let's just trim that to size.
And would you sit these on a round cupcake topper then? So would you cut out a round one?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then sit them on top?
Yeah. Or you could do them on the edge, around the edge of a cake maybe.
I don't know if that was a question or a request.
No. This is it. I'm only going to get to do this one, then we're going. No, we're done. Well, I've got a load of work to do now. I've got to go and put all that stuff in stock. I've got to email PME and see if they've got any cutters. I forgot. Oh, I've got to put the cake boxes in stock.
Okay, so there's his muzzle, like his kind of sloppy chops. I'm just going to give him a little crease in the middle of his head there. So he needs some ears and some eyes, and obviously a nose. And obviously, I haven't got any black paint to hand, so you could add some like little black details around there.
Do you want me to give you a clicker pen?
You could do. It might be a little bit.
Easier,
Yeah, it might be a little bit soft, the paste, but we can try.
With a clicker pen, she's supposed
Will
to be
that be
able to
okay?
write straight onto wet paste.
Okay, we'll put that to the test.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut out a couple of little ears. So again, we're going for those small triangles like I did. I'm just going to cut that in half, because the other shapes get in the way and keep cutting out the bits I don't want. So we'll cut out 2 small triangles for the ears.
There's your dot for your highlights.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to put the eyes on first, because last time when I did the ears, I was struggling to get the eyes in place. So a little bit of black paste. We'll do the eyes and the nose. And then I have got some pink paste, haven't I? We can give him a little tongue, because he's got a little tongue poking out on that one. Right, eyes.
Geraldine Allen says, Julie, can you just do a little baby cupcake topper next? I'm not tired. They're all taking the mickey out of me, asking you to do no. Hey, I'm asking us for you lot.
It's not for the good of our health, you know. It's just for you. There we go.
Carol's suffering for everybody else's benefit.
I am,
aren't you?
Yeah.
Hey, I've been up all day as well.
Okay, so there's a little nose. Oh, you can see it's
It's
some
coming
shape
together
though,
now,
doesn't
isn't it? Yeah.
Get rid of that black. It's really sticky, this black.
Yeah. Black always is, though, isn't
Yeah.
it? Do you not find that stuff's got a lot of colour in it?
Yeah,
Always is sticky in it.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, the black modelling paste is not as bad,
No.
I don't find, but the black sugar paste most definitely. Right, so we need to stick on his ears. So again, I'm going to kind of stick them on upside down and then flip them over. I quite like them like that, actually.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You've done well, Julie. You've done well.
Thank you. So I'm just going to use the Rogerson just to blend that in a little bit, look. And then we can just flip the ears over like so. Oh,
Look at that.
lovely.
How cute is that? Eh?
So a little line down from the nose here, look. And then just with the Dresden, just give him a little mouth. And give him a teeny tiny tongue. So just with your pink paste there, look, just a tiny ball into like that tic tac shape. Just gently pat it down with your finger and then run your Dresden through it, and that just makes a little tongue. Now that's going to be too big. So instead of, what I would do if I was at home and not on camera, I would actually just get my knife and cut that, but I won't do it onto my hand
While you're all watching.
While you're all watching. So I'm just going to cut that with my scissors. Right there.
I would do the same.
Yeah, I'm terrible for it. There we go. So there's this cute little tongue. And then I'm just going to use the black pen here. And
You've
we're
done
just
very
going
well, Julie.
Oops, thank you. Let's give him some little whiskers. And then he's got some little dots down here.
It looks fantastic.
I don't
though.
like it. I don't
Doesn't
like
it look
those black
fantastic?
bits. So I'm not going to put those black bits on, sorry if that is what it looks like, but I think it looks a bit weird.
What's that? Let me see this bit.
The black bits coming
Kind of
down.
lips.
Is that what it is?
Black
Yeah.
lips, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, am I supposed to put
He
them
has
on?
to have them for his big jowls.
Okay.
Yeah, they said they're glad you didn't do it on your hand. They don't want to see claret.
And then I'm just going to flip the ears back again just so that we can put these, got some like eyebrow type things.
Isn't that cute? Aren't they cute?
There we go. And then like I say, I can use that white one there. Just to put his highlights on. There we go.
There you go. Isn't
Highlights
she a
on
clever
these as
girl?
well. But like I say, I think with a bit of time to play with them and the proper equipment, the proper pastes, I
You've
reckon
done really well.
we could
Yeah,
do a good
clever
job with them.
girl.
I like those.
Clever girl. I like them.
I quite
They
like
are.
them. They're
Didn't
quite
she
nice to
do well
use.
there? They are. She got that dumped on her just before we went live. And seriously, I'm not joking.
No,
they were at the
honestly.
side here. And I said, oh, can you use them later? And she went, what? I said, they're there on the side. Oh, God
But
bless
there
her.
we go. So
Right, everyone.
you've got 3 for the price of 1
Give
there.
her a big hug and a love, hands up and everything else. Amazing job, Julie. You've done a fantastic day.
Thank
and
you.
ladies, if you want to join Julie's classes, the last class that she did, the carved fairy tree class, fairy tree, it's the fairy tree.
Fairy
isn't it?
tree house, yeah.
House,
It was
yeah.
the pimped up version. So the picture that you see, yeah, we pimped it up and went in style. So the one that you saw actually on the
We must get that changed actually.
yeah, on like the photo that was selling it, yeah, we kind of went all out and we had
Yeah.
Katie Sue, in the meantime of me creating that cake, did actually bring out a fabulous new
door.
enchanted door.
She's
So
fun.
we actually did use that and we painted it all up and we had little toadstools and all sorts
Yeah.
that we added on. So we did a pimped up version.
Yeah, so that's that class, and then you've got the baby cake, and
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, I like it in this colour, but I love the pink. And then we've got Julie's next gravity cake, and she's going to do
Yeah.
that in pink because I've asked her to do it in pink. So some pink
Doing that in
version.
pink. Yeah. Pink. I mean, that one is that was a very vintage, very subtle pink, but
Yeah,
we'll,
that's gorgeous.
we'll do it a little bit darker pink.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, we'd go for vintage colours for the dress, but
yeah.
pinks, yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
no
good.
props.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to go and continue working. I'll be putting the ganache sets in stock now. If you've got the round PME cutters, great. If you haven't, just use a cake card for now until they come back into stock. All right, then. And Julie, fantastic. As
You're
per
welcome.
usual, when are you back? What's the date?
I'm back on the 19th of April.
Yeah, and
so
that's
back in
not
the
long.
class and then the live on the night as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing well. I never know what I'm doing. I plan what I'm doing on the live, but then it sometimes does change, so we'll see.
And she is going to do a live in the group for preparation. She's going to do it from her own cake studio, for those ladies who are in there, because she wants you to do a little bit of work before the actual day of the class.
Yeah.
So it'll give you plenty of time and less panic, to be fair.
Yeah, I think we're going to look at building the structure in advance of the actual class, so that you're not worried on the day about, you know, kind of what's involved in that. I can't speak.
No, we're going back.
But yes, we're going to do that.
Well, you are, I'm not. Thanks, Simon, for joining us.
Thank you.
Are you going to come with a bit of beer? Do you want to show them that ugly thing that you've
No,
got around
no,
your face now?
no, not
because
really.
it's horrible, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Right, he's going to come in with a new claret one tomorrow. Plum one. Is that what you said? Plum. Right. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock on the page. And then 2 o'clock, ladies, if you're in Buttercream Flowers, we're back to a closed group. Sorry, the page people, but we're closed. Back to flowers we are. All right then, love you lots. Cheerio.
Thanks
Bye.
a lot. Bye.
Thanks, Jude.